Yes, we're gonna first bounce.
The captain will be giving their last
We are underway here. Both teams go up at it, looking for the tap down, looking to get the ball, getting the first clearance. It does go the way of Eastern Park through McCormick Smith, but now it's going to be rebounded through Brooks. He looks to go forward, a little bit of a fumble, but does well to get out of trouble with that running spin. Again, he's involved. It's going to be a bit of a turnover here. The ball bouncing. Both teams desperate to get their hands on it early. The pressure's high, the tackling comes, and now it looks to be a stoppage, no play on, so it's still going to be bobbling around now in the centre square. Eventually, the umpire finds a free kick, and it's going to go the way of the Magpies.
So they now get back underway and move to the outer wing. And Salisbury, with a free flow of play, go long down the wing, trying to get their first inside 50 of the contest, and it gets knocked out of bounds, and there's contact after the play there. Cries a free kick, and it is paid. There's a Salisbury player there knocked off his feet well after the ball had gone out of bounds, and they get a free inside 50 here. A little bit of fire early in this one. Deep ball inside 50, props it up about 30 metres out. Players fly for it. Contest forming on the ground. Umpire circling. No whistle yet, but he says, give it to me. I'm going to ball it up in a dangerous position here for Eastern Park, and Salisbury looking to get the first one on the board. Carter in the ruck for the Demons, knocks it down. And both teams just going in hard. It's the Magpies and the Demons as the Magpies try and get a kick out of the pack, get smothered, recovered. Fresh area on the boot there. Ball in dispute on the ground, gets socket out. Back of the pack, maybe a high tackle there, but nothing called, and called for holding the ball instead. Umpire gives it back to the Demons.
Now the Demons, a bit of a
Carter.
fumble. He went to go for the kick, changed his mind, and because of that just dropped it. They eventually had to clean it up and just kick it long. It works out in the end. They find a mark on the half-back line for their own team. Now they're going to look to go forward, down the wing. Nicely cut off there by the Salisbury player. Read the play well, got in front of the intended target. And now it's going to be Salisbury going the other way with a long high kick. Good luck marking that one. Sitting under it, got his hands up, just couldn't take it. In the end, it's going to be called chopping, and a free kick for the Demons now going.
It was the ruckman Carter getting knocked to the ground there, being in the business early.
Going to Carter, correct, and now he's the one that gets to chip it out of there. Again, they're using the wings. Again, they're playing on and handballing and running and gunning. They find a little bit of room. They're wanting to get it through. It's going to be a free kick. They could have maybe took the advantage there. Umpire said, no, you've got to go back and kick it. And on the far side from where we're sitting here, it's going to be Eastern Park now to go forward towards their 50-metre line. Good leading play. Gets a strong mark. Quickly spins around. Buckby gets a little bit smothered, a little bit of a miss kick, so it's going to be wrapped up. And now the bit of hard work here to get it inside 50. Salisbury is set up nicely behind the ball. They're going to calmly just look for a mark or look for a player free. That's exactly what they do. He does well to get around the player who's looking for the tackle. Now the ball comes inbound. Bit of a drop mark there from Eastern Park. They've dropped a few probably they should have took. Now they do take the advantage, and now they go inside 50 the first time, finding a mark. Well done to Williamson there. Led up well, ran into a pocket space where there was no defenders and took a nice mark. He's going to be lining up for the first score of this game here. Nearly 4 minutes played in the first quarter. Thanks to filming footy, they're going to be lining up from about 50.
So Williamson will have to kick it all of about 51 metres here. A slow approach. Dead straight at the goals. Gets into it, hangs it out right. It's going to fall short, close to the goal line, and goes out of bounds on the full, so no score registered there. And Salisbury to bring it back in. And it was a good kick inside forward 50 there by the captain of the Demons, Alex Clements. Finding a target inside forward 50, and a couple undisciplined plays so far from the Magpies have given the Demons a couple frees, but they go direct outside their defensive 50 now, the Magpies. Contest for the ball, they hand it back to the Demons. Good tackle there, called legal. Right on the outer side of the field here as they go inside forward 50 again, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to be hurled back in, about 60 metres out from the Demons' goal. It's been a tough contest to start this one, and we mentioned the Demons have a lot of experience in this contest. Several players play 200 games plus for the Demons, many other games elsewhere as well. Eastern Park get the inside 50 once again, putting the pressure on. Tough contest here in the pocket, and it goes out of bounds in a really dangerous spot here.
First 3 goals of the game to the Eastern Park Demons last time these two played in that qualifying final. Then the Salisbury had to work hard and get back into it. It's going to be a free kick here.
Yeah, top of the goal square, undisciplined play there, and it was, I believe that was actually Helmers there at full-back getting knocked down well off the play.
A bit of a let-off, yeah. The stoppage and the throw-in would have came in a very dangerous position, instead giving away the free kick, and now Salisbury have the ball in their defence, can look to bring it out. They've set up nicely behind the ball, have Eastern Park. No easy kicks, that one. Definitely a very dangerous one, punched away from the attackers, and now the ball's on play. Big tackle coming in the pocket, the play's still alive, and now just over the boundary line. So Salisbury finding it hard to progress out of that deep inside their defence just to find a way out.
Really good pressure there from Kovacic. He was the one who was able to spoil the ball away and put the pressure on the Salisbury backline. So in a really dangerous position here for both sides again. Eastern Park putting the pressure on, ball's in dispute. 20 metres out from the Eastern Park goal, and the umpire says, give it to me, I'll throw it back up. No team yet to score on the hard scoreboard at the moment. There's ball back in dispute again. Tackle to the ground there, and a solid tackle there coming from the captain in Clements. Ball goes up in the air, high loft. The kick goes up. It's a hospital ball to the top of the goal square. It's a 2-on-1 in favour of Salisbury. And still ball in dispute now. On the ground as it spent much of this first 6 minutes of the game and paid in the back here, so it's going to be an Eastern Park free kick. Going the way of Ian Williamson. He's going to have another shot on goal. This is from a much better spot, so about a 30-degree angle. He's going to have to kick it about 35 metres, Jad.
Yes, Williamson had that shot earlier. A bit of a guiding shot, maybe, perhaps, we'll see. But he had that shot earlier that missed by quite a bit, so this time he's going to have to go back and kick it. As we said, they started well last time they played, so they'll want to do the same here.
So Williamson, very casual approach into goal. Sitting right behind him here in the commentary box, right at the goalpost, but it fades left, and that's a first behind on the Hahn light scoreboard. Going the way of Ian Williamson.
Yes, so behind 0-0-0 plays 1-1, 0-1-1 I should say. 7.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. Of course, a bit of an arm wrestle early. We often do see that, especially in big games like grand finals, that both teams not wanting to concede the first goal, so it's a bit of an arm wrestle, a bit of congestion early, but it will open up as we go. Both teams kicking plenty of goals this season, both having, obviously Eastern Park having 200 goal kickers, which is a very rare feat to have two from the same team. Now the ball makes its way onto the wing. Salisbury are there, and now the big tackle comes again from McCormack Smith. He's been good early.
Got voted goal of the year, goal of the week last week, I noticed on the Adelaide Footy League socials. Won a little bit of a prize there.
Yeah, $100 Bianco voucher, if you don't mind.
Good smother there on the wing as it goes out of bounds, and both teams bringing the pressure here early. And another off-the-ball free kick. Players getting shoved to the ground. It was undisciplined there. I believe that was Daniel McGee of the Demons. Just getting shoved to the ground, the Salisbury player. And another off-the-ball free kick here, getting paid against McIver. And a yellow card paid to him. So this game has a lot of heat early. You hear the crowd going, and you would have seen that possibly in the vision there as got knocked to the ground. So McIver's going to have to take an early seat on the bench. And a really hot contest, both teams going at it. And another whistle being blown here. Of course, the field umpires Adam Forster and Luke Harrington having a lot to deal with early.
Yeah, a bit of a loss too for Eastern Park. McIver's been in their best every single time they versed Salisbury, so he's been in their best overall as well.
Coach killers, aren't
often,
they?
Yeah. So when he's in their best players, when last time they versed each other, so it's a bit of a 10 minutes off that's going to maybe cost them here. Finds a mark on the wing right in front of the coach's bench for Eastern Park. This time going the way of Dunk. Looking up the field again, not too much movement for him. There's a few players wanting it long. He goes there. right on the edge of the 50, over the top of the, couldn't take the mark, play on, and it's going to come now the pressure. Williams looking for that one, looking to play on, but it's going to come back, and again another free kick, a few free kicks early, and this time it's going to go the way of Clifton.
Yeah, it was well done by
an
Clifton.
Extra 25.
Didn't give the ball back to him on the full, so he's going to take a free 25 metres, and there's a lot of bumping going on between these two teams. It was Williams and Clifton getting into it. As he takes the little 30-degree kick to the outside, and Tuckwell takes the mark. Moving around through McGee. Gave away an off-the-ball free kick earlier just a few moments ago. We're 10.5 minutes into the first quarter, just 1 point separating these two teams, and a really good mark there taken by Helmers. He's solid in defence so far, and a 25-metre paid as well. He didn't stand on the mark. Umpire didn't call play on. He decided to run it, the player with the ball, and Helmers the beneficiary. The whistles have been busy so far in this match. Corridor ball is good and a solid mark taken. Play on going inside 50. Good defence there from Payne, but there's been a free kick called. It's going to be play on advantage, and there's your first goal of the game going the way of the Magpies. There's a solid goal there off the advantage, and an easy goal kick there for Brodie Brooks. First on the board. And it's a 5-point advantage for Salisbury.
Brooks with that first goal. 2 goals last time they played 2 weeks ago, as well as been a good goal kicker for them when he does play. He's 2 goals like I said, and did well there. Read the play well, took the advantage when it was there as well, and went through and kicked the first goal of the game, which is a very important in a big grand final.
So umpire balls it up. Rucks go at it, gets tapped down, and the Demons have a couple players on it. Tried to fend off and got the handball out, but the umpire says that's holding the ball. It's going to go back to the Magpies again. They decide to go straight down the corridor and hit a lead, and that's a fantastic entry inside forward 50. They opt to take the short kick, going into the pocket. 2-on-2 here, the Demons and the Magpies going at it. In a tricky position here for the Demons. Bodies go crashing to the floor, and the umpire's picked out a free here going the way of the Demons. High contact.
Yeah, a few free kicks early. If we had the stats, I'd say it would be quite a high free kick count. But again, I think that's a good job by the umpires, just trying to take control of the match, setting the tone early on what's allowed and what's not. But good work there by Easton Park. Takes a big mark, but the handball not as good as the mark. He does well though with second efforts to come and clean up. That was O'Loughlin, and he's still in there getting involved, hands and knees, trying to get the handball out. Eventually they do, and now straight through the middle of the ground looking to get the run on. They do well to avoid getting tackled, just gets his hands free, and because of that passes it to a teammate, but now it's going to be wrapped up and a stoppage. King was the one being tackled, and a stoppage right in the middle of the ground, just to the closest to the grandstand of the centre circle. They play on quickly from there. Again, the handball's not finding their targets. A bit of nerves early, I think, in this grand final, but now they do finally get the kick forward. 3-on-1 here for the Magpies. They do well to find Wheeler. He gets on his bike, and a big tackle from behind. Williamson very busy early, and a massive tackle to cause the hole in the ball.
Really solid tackle there from Williamson. Just come like a freight train and pulled Wheeler to the ground as he goes off the ground limping now.
If there was a tackle of the week, I think that one might be it.
Absolutely. They move the ball through. Little chip up the wing, and it's a solid mark taken there by McCormick Smith. Got knocked out of his hand, so he'll recover centre wing. There's a couple of options, corridor, but looks like he's going to go central corridor now, and it's a really good kick, but the bounce is just a little bit too tricky for him. Bounces in front of him, covered by 2 Salisbury defenders. A good ball moving by hand here through the Demons. They've got some space to go inside forward 50. A chip kick inside, can't quite find the chest. And they have an opportunity to send it long inside, go to the goal square, and it's a good mark taken on the goal line there for the Magpies. A goal-saving mark as they chip back out. Go through Pryor. Extra kick long down the wing, and solid mark taken there. Looking to use the outer side of this ground, Salisbury, and try to claim the mark there, Millerer, and nothing paid, and the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up centre wing.
Good start here for both teams. And there's another free kick, pushing the ball towards the boundary line when the umpire wanted it. Giving away the free kick for time wasting or similar, so it's going to go the way of the Magpies. He draws in the tackle, a bit too long was Pryor, and he gets taken out. And now going the other way, rebounding over the top is King. Finds his teammate in Mansell, into the forward line, over the top. Couldn't take the mark in the goal square and just beats him to the behind. It's going to be just the 1 point added. Mansell maybe could have had a shot from there, of course. He's kicked.
Tried to find McMullen, and McMullen just ran out of territory.
127 goals for Mansell, so I'm sure we'll be calling his name a little bit later on, but could have maybe had a shot from there. Instead, tried to do the team thing just over the head of his teammate. And now it's going to be Salisbury going the other way. He does well on the wing just to get around the opponent. The kick not as good, just cut off nicely by the Demons. They're going to play on fast. Looking up the field, he has a few options. He finds him in Freeman. Free in a bit of space with Freeman, who plays on quickly. Another mark inside 50 for the Demons. They've had a few of them, just haven't been able to convert a goal yet. This time lining up from about, he's going to have to kick it from about 45, 47 metres.
This is McMullen as well. So McMullen had a good season himself. Lining it up, he's kicked 15 goals on the season. On the paint of 50, puts it up. It's gone near side and through for a behind. So McMullen in for his first score of the game. And it's Salisbury leading by 3 points. 1 goal straight to 0 goals 3 for Eastern Park on the Hahn scoreboard. Salisbury contemplating. Playing on and fumbles the ball, and now under a lot of heat here from Chris Knapp trying to get the tackle. Goes to the outer side and trying to move it by hand. Salisbury, they clear their defensive 50, and they've done well here to get out of trouble. A little chip along the boundary line is good. And a tackle into the ground, maybe made contact with the head on the ground there, but nothing called. A soccer all the way up, and Salisbury are just gaining possession here and gaining territory as it gets knocked out of bounds here about 65 metres out from Salisbury's goal. I'll probably try about 80 metres actually. My calculator's a bit off on that one, I think.
Salisbury, of course, we mentioned earlier, but undefeated all season. The only team in the whole Adelaide Footy League to go the whole season undefeated. Of course, Henley Beach and Glenunga looked like they could have been doing that, but had a few losses late, so it's going to be Salisbury by themselves, 18-0 season. A win in the finals means they're still undefeated, obviously, so a big afternoon for them here to try and secure that premiership, which they've probably been targeting since halfway through the year when they realised they're going pretty good here. And now Eastern Park goes straight through the guts, takes a bounce in the middle of the circle. It's going to go all the way across the ground now to the other wing, looking to get the ball here cleanly. Does well to pick it up, has a few options, spins around nicely with Glenn. Just couldn't take the mark, is his teammate, and now the pressure's on. The soccer kick clever just to get it out of there. And now it's going to be play on the throw, says the umpire. Going the way of McMullen, who had that shot earlier. He plays on quickly again to the leading forward. Just couldn't take the mark and has teammates there to help him. Spins out of trouble with McGee. Goes backwards to go forwards. Here's the forward part now towards the 50-metre line. Big fly, not quite. They're going to have to do it the hard way. It takes a bounce. And now the tackles come and it's going to be a stoppage.
So about 30 metres out from Eastern Park's goal. They spent a bit of time inside their forward 50, but just yet to capitalise. They move the ball by hand. A little snap out of the pack here is going forward and goes out of bounds on the full. But they're getting opportunities, Eastern Park. They just can't capitalise at the moment going to the Chris Gowan's end of the ground. Of course, here at the home of the Central District Bulldogs, they've got a massive preliminary final tomorrow against Glenelg. But right now, their home is being occupied by the Magpies and the Demons in the Div 6 Grand Final. We thank you for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. Good chip kick inside, and that's a fantastic 45-degree kick just to cut off the corridor. Going long up the wing, and there's a 2-on-1 here for Salisbury. They fight for it, and it falls in their hands, and they get an opportunity to try go inside forward 50. A 1-on-1 forms, and there's been a free kick for a hold here going the way of the Magpies. So right on the paint of 50, this free is called. A little chip kick inside is good and hits the chest of a teammate there. That's Duncan, and he's going to line one up pretty well straight in front. He's going to have to kick it from about 40 metres out, probably about 43 metres out, I'll give him. And this is for the second goal of the afternoon here for the Salisbury Magpies to try and give them an advantage. Currently up 6-3. What's been a tight and tough contest. He rolls in, ball's on its way, lobs it up in the air. It's not going to make the distance, and marked comfortably there by Trent Payne on the goal line. And chips the ball along, and Eastern Park will clear.
The kick now again towards the wing. They like to use that far wing so far. Do the the Demons, I should say. Well, they've used both wings, to be fair. So it will be interesting to see if that works for them, and if they continue at that time, it works nicely. A lot of running, overlapping handballs, and that brings him inside 50 and a big mark.
McMullen again.
Beautifully taken McMullen there over the back of his opponent. Read the player well, stuck his hands up and takes a brilliant mark. He said, I'll take that and I'll go and have a shot for goal. Why not?
He's just been everywhere, McMullen, so far. He's working his way up the ground, getting the ball on the wing, and then he's proving to be a presence here. We spoke a lot about Mansell and even Knapp, who have both kicked over 100 goals this season. McMullen kicked a 15 in the A grade this year, and lining up another one. He's yet to get on the board, but strolling in now. Ball's on its way, and just sneaks in for a goal, and that's the first one for the Eastern Park Demons of the Div 6 Grand Final. They now move to 1-3-9. Salisbury 1 goal straight 6, and currently up by 3 points on the hard scoreboard.
Yeah, they definitely needed that one. They've had probably equal inside 50s to Salisbury, if not a slightly more inside 50s, but just couldn't find that goal. A bit of a let off on the other end with that the kick not making the distance, and because of that, they've done very well to rebound from the defensive 50 to the attacking 50, uses the wing nicely, a lot of nice overlapping handballs and using their pace along the wing, and because of that, McMullen had the opportunity to take a massive mark and kick there first for the afternoon. 1-0-6 plays 1-3-9, 22 minutes played thanks to the Sportal scoreboard. Thanks again to all our sponsors for helping us to bring this stream for you today, and thanks to everyone at home watching on a very good day for footy. September footy, grand final action. Another clearance coming from Eastern Park over the top, looking for the mark, not quite. It's going to be Clement. Does well just to keep the pressure on after he couldn't take the mark, but eventually Salisbury do find a little bit of a kick out. Bit of a relieving mark through Shields. Shields goes inbound. Nice mark taken just to settle a little bit for the Magpies. A few options up the field. This time they go there towards Duncan. He just fell in front of him. Does well to get the hands to it still. That kick going to no one in particular, but it's going to be the Magpies who clean up through Barmby. And now a massive kick from Thompson, the vice-captain, sitting in the hole nicely, and a nice intercept mark from that Salisbury defender who just chips it wide to Payne. And that role is so important in modern footy. That intercept defender just sits in the hole, reads the play well, has a spare man back there. That player was Miller. He's wanting it back. He does get it back, but it bounces just in front of him. And now the numbers are all in Magpies. The Magpies now with the left foot going through Putty, and Putty scores. 42 goals for the season coming into this one was Luke Putty, and he gets the second on board for Salisbury. A little bit of a mess up there for the Eastern Park Demons. The kick inbound to Miller, just not finding him, and then once that mark wasn't taken, once the ball hit the ground, there was about 3-1, 3-2, and they used the numbers advantage, and a nice finish gets them back to lead.
And notice McIver on the ground now as well for the Demons, and nearly got caught up in another little tussle there in that marking contest. But Salisbury the beneficiary after that one, and you know, as hard as Eastern Park have been playing and tough in the contest, Salisbury have had a fair bit of composure, and especially when they get inside forward 50, making the most of their opportunities. I think the inside 50 count would be well in favour of the Demons at the moment, as they now have another opportunity to try and get inside forward 50, but held up there and called for holding the ball, interestingly, there from the umpire. I didn't think he had a lot of time there, McGee, but the Magpies now to try and get an inside 50, and it's a shallow one at that. They go long, and Carter, the ruckman, reaches up and plucks it down and hands it off to McIver. Goes right out to the outer side to a one-on-one, and a marking contest there between the two. King going at it. tackled to the ground, and that's going to be a free kick to him. So Aaron King only played the 5 A-grade games in 2024. Sends one up the line, maybe a little bit of a tunnel there, but nothing called. Play on, says the umpire, and a pack forms about 55 metres out from Eastern Park's goal. The umpire will ball it up. Nearing the end of this first quarter, 25 minutes through. Salisbury now, good movement through the pack, hands it off. Chip kick out of the contest is good, and a really good mark taken over the head there. And a pass inside. Called to play on, so has to chip it across the ground. It's a little bit of a shank. He brushes off the tackle. He's running through the middle of Ex-Convenience Oval. A 30-metre kick to a one-on-one contest, and Eastern Park get the bounce. They now have the numbers to try and get themselves inside forward 50. And a good pick up there by Miller. Drops the ball. He has pressure coming from behind him. Gets pushed in the back. Called for play on. They chip back inside to the Demons, and they have another kick right to the centre corridor. Decides to play on and gets tackled to the ground. Fantastic tackle there, and that's a turnover. So Daniel McGee gets caught holding the ball.
He just got the ball, didn't know he was behind him, and there's the siren for the first quarter time break. 2-0-12 plays 1-3-9 thanks to the supporter scoreboard, and a very interesting first quarter on our hands. A very tight arm wrestle early. Both these teams know each other well. Last time they played 2 weeks ago was only the 4-point margin. This time, quarter time in the grand final, 3 points the margin, going the way of Salisbury so far. We'll come back after these messages for the second quarter here, thanks to Dartfish. Awesome.
Flag well.
Bit of a We're back underway here for the second quarter. A little bit delayed to get started, but we are underway now, and Salisbury look to go forward. They have the ball just outside the 50. A few players trying to get to the end of it. It's going to be another free kick. The whistle blowing again. It's going to be a dangerous tackle. We saw a few dangerous tackles yesterday in the footy, didn't we, in the AFL?
Yeah, we did. Certainly, as we're both Port Adelaide fans, we certainly saw a little bit of that, a bit contentious.
And now they go inside 50, Salisbury. They got a few options, but they're going to have to spin around out of trouble. A long high kick to no one in particular, still on the 50-metre line. And now it's bouncing around, looking for the kick away. And a tap down. Near the boundary line, they play with it. A big high kick comes in now, nice mark. Beautifully taken mark there. About 35 metres out, bit of an angle. They're lining up now right in front of the scoreboard, which is Sean He, of course, the voted in the best player in Division 6.
And missed 7 games.
Very good effort by him, and he comes in now. Smart kick as well. Didn't try and go for goals from that tight angle. Does well just to find a teammate and smartly using his teammates and using the knowledge he has of where they're going to be and passing it straight to a person in a better position, and then he plays on quickly and hits the post.
That was Putty with the miss there, and his second score of the game. So in for a behind, and the first score of this second quarter here at Ex-Convenience Oval. Thank you for joining us. The Div 6 grand final between Eastern Park and the home team Salisbury are yet to lose a game and lead by 4 after the first quarter. As Eastern Park chip it around their defensive 50. And a nice clearing kick there is marked. So Warner goes to the boundary line, and has that gone out of bounds on the full? And I believe it's just been juggled over, so it's going to be hurled back in. In fact, it was out of bounds on the full, so a bit of a debate here between the players. In fact, no, I think it is actually going to be balled in. It's just sitting in that one little blind spot that Jad and I have here at the commentary box. As the tap goes down, and Eastern Park now trying to get back inside their forward half of the ground, and that's going to help them. It's a one-on-one foot race here. Met there by King. Moves the ball around through his midfielders, and it's a shocking handball there as met some pressure by the Magpies, and they capitalise, go inside forward 50, and it's a good mark on the lead, taken right in front, at 20 or 30 metres out. I believe that might be Putty again. As we do wait for him to turn around and reveal his number, of course, and in fact it's not Putty, it's Gamo. So James Gamo kicked 70 goals, and a fun one for you, has kicked 2 goals plus in every game this year, bar one. Looking to get his first of the afternoon. A little short run-up, rolls inside and kicks his first. And that's the third goal on the board here for Salisbury. 3-1-19 to Eastern Park, 1-3-9 on the Sportal scoreboard.
James Gamo, he's been very consistent, as you mentioned, all year with his goal kicking. Was always threatening near the top of the goal kicking for Division 6, and his first get him going. It's going to be a long afternoon for Eastern Park to see him kicking some goals.
And I believe there's been, I don't know if this is a free after the kick as well, or they're making him taking it again. They haven't taken the score off, and they're having him go again. I don't know if this is a secondary goal here for Gamo. We'll try and confirm it, but he slots another one through, and I think they're going to add on a second goal here, and they have. So it's 4-1-25, and again, undisciplined play here from the Eastern Park Demons. Yeah,
I was just putting a little 1 next to Gamo's name. I didn't notice what happened there, but yeah, like you said, a bit of indiscipline. If you can go back in your streams and have a look, you might be able to see the incident. We'll try and do that now, but
yeah, it was an interesting one there. It happened in a split second as well, and you heard the jeers from the Salisbury crowd. And Eastern Park, both teams a little bit of undisciplined play, you'd agree, Jad, in the first little bit, but it seems Eastern Park, it's getting the worst of them. They were fired up at the start and maybe a little too fired up.
Yeah, that's it. And I was out there listening to the huddle of Eastern Park, they were saying, we've got to be better here, got to be better there. But I think one thing that can definitely be better is just a little bit with the discipline, giving away a bit too many free kicks. Both ways out there. The Eaters going both ways. Salisbury giving away a lot of free kicks as well. But when you give away a free kick to cost a double goal, it's always going to be extra sore point for the coach. They go back inside 50 now, Salisbury. Over the top, they have a bit of room here for the snap. Never looked like go again. Straight off the boot, actually coming back around, not quite. The wind playing games with us here. It was going out of bounds on the forward, and the wind pushed it towards the behind. Nearly enough for a goal, but not quite. So just the 1 point added.
That was Putty again, who looks dangerous so far in this second quarter. A long kick outside the goal square there for Eastern Park, and a free's being pulled here for the Demons. Going the way of Knapp, who's worked his way up the ground. Been quiet in the first quarter, just opts to take a little chip kick across into the hands of Payne. Another little kick, and a lot of pressure coming from behind, but a little mongrel punt inside forward 50. It doesn't quite get there, in fact. It's met quickly by the Salisbury defence. Going long down the line, a diving mark taken there. Really solid mark taken from Barmby. Goes long down the line. And met first there by Mann. Moves the ball by hand. And a kick inside the corridor is a risky one here for the Demons, but they're able to clear. It's a hospital ball going long down the line as crash, bodies crunch together. And a good tackle there from the Demons, called for holding the ball. It was a very quick call there, Jab.
Yeah, the umpire's loving the holding the ball today. There's been a few of them. And went back and had a quick look at what that second free kick was for. I couldn't actually see anything. It could have been some umpire abuse, though, because there was no physical action around the umpire, but he immediately put his hands up and called the free kick, so it could have been a bit of a back chat to the umpire. But either way, it was the double goal going to Salisbury, and a good start for them this quarter as they get the ball back in a dangerous position. They're going to spin around and kick it Pryor, looking for his teammate. Good one-on-one play, good defending, just to let his teammates get to the end of it. And a bit of a slip over the line, almost like a rugby try, but it just stays in somehow, finds Millerer on the edge of their defensive 50, and it's going to be his kick inwards to McGee. McGee looking up the field. Not too much movement for him. He might just have to go long down the line to a pack. That's exactly what he does. There's an extra number for Salisbury. They don't really get involved, but it's just enough to cause a little bit of doubt in the minds of Eastern Park. And they go the other way now, trying to find a little bit of a room, a bit of a collision. It was all fair, says the umpire. Now trying to crash in through the packs, crash through the middle of the ground. Nice pick up by Kovacic. He goes looking for teammates, has to go backwards, back to a Kovacic now. And a good chip kick, a good diving mark to Tuckwell, just to relieve the pressure a little bit. Probably should take it a little bit easy here, but instead, no, he wants to go fast. One-on-one, forward of the play. Good mark taken, plays on quickly to Millerer. Has a few options inside the 50. He goes to the wider one, just bounces before he could mark it. And a bit of a bump off the play. Play on. And now the tackles come and the stoppage comes just outside the 50-metre line, right near the boundary line. He plays on quickly from it, and because of that, the tap down comes. And now the big kick is going to come from Salisbury just to clear the lines and clear the pressure, finding Thompson.
So Salisbury now trying to clear. I think Mansell will probably find himself a little unlucky there, was knocked down off the play. Salisbury the beneficiary. Moving around now through Mann. Central wing here on the near side. Tries to chip a little kick, and it's a really good one there. Into the hands again of Putty, who's having a fantastic second quarter. Probably his 5th or 6th touch for the quarter already. Hands a long ball inside, and a hanger attempt there from the Salisbury forward. McIver getting down low and gets called high, so got sent off with a yellow card early, but proved to still be an influence in this game. Had a few touches here in the second quarter, a little chip kick to Tuckwell. Maybe trying to move through the corridor. Putty nearly knocks it away, and they now move it through hand. Williamson gets hunted from behind, but is able to get his kick away. 50-metre ball down the line. Mansell, little chip kick over the top, had a little bit too much heat on it, but coming through, flicked it up and flicked it inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one here. Buckby trying to fight for it, and a call for holding the ball was Buckby, and Salisbury defence holding up once more. And they get the kick all the way out to the outer side, and here goes Jalen Dunk.
Dunk now across the wing, a little bit wider than he would have hoped. A little bit of work to keep it in, they do well. And now over the top, the handball, Putty getting involved again to Pryor. Pryor inside 50. Good kick and a very nice leading pattern there. Causes another mark inside 50. And it's going to be that guy, James Gamel again. Prolific goal scorer, 70 goals coming into this one. 2 goals last time they played in that qualifying final.
They stemmed the bleeding a little bit, Eastern Park, for a few moments there, but weren't able to capitalise when they went inside forward 50, and Gamau has another go.
In round 8, he did kick 3 versus Salisbury to equal his tally in that match. Coming in now from 50, starts wide, drifts a little bit back in, just tapped over for a rush behind. Just the 1 point added to that scoreboard, Sportal scoreboard. 4-2-26 plays 139. Thank you again to all our sponsors involved today. Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Archie's, Starfish, Programs to Fit, Classic Clashes. Make sure to ratify an Adelaide Footy League. Division 6 grand final here as Eastern Park look to progress forward along the wing. Does well to find Sumner. He spins around quickly, not wasting any time. Good kick and good mark. They've got a few options on. Long is the captain in Hull. They go there. It's going to be 2-on-1 from Salisbury. He stands up well. Nice mark.
I think that was Knack with a mark.
Spins around quickly. And now they find their teammate in Warner. Smart play there by Eastern Park. And those massive marks on the wing. They've taken a few of those marks on the wing. And they've been crucial for them getting the ball forward and finding marks inside 50. That's definitely been Salisbury's game early in this quarter. It's just a lot of marks inside 50. Now one going the way of Eastern Park. Would want to make the most of this one. This is a big opportunity here. A big goal needed.
Crucial.
Warner coming in now. He hits it, looking for a 6. It goes over the top and out of the full. A big let off for Salisbury.
So Salisbury now just rebounding outside their 50, and it's that man again, Putty.
He wants those Archies.
I know, he's had his hands all over the ball here in the second quarter. Goes long down the wing to the outer side, or the near side, I should say. And a big contest there as Kovacic goes crashing. In fact, that's Tuckwell goes crashing to the ground. A little bit of conversation had here on the central wing between the two sides. It was a bad miss there for the Demons. They really need a goal soon to draw this game back. Boundary umpires hurl it back in. Our boundary umpires today, Nathan Nigro and Harrison Juna. There's a head-high contact and he was pushed there. It was the Salisbury player in Shearer.
Tough player, got up straight away.
Absolutely, got clobbered around the head and tries to kick it down the wing. McIver takes the mark and maybe a little bit of a shove in the back there from McIver, but umpire lets it play on. So about 65 metres out from Salisbury's goal. They just need to find something here, Eastern Park. They have to go long. It's a 3-on-1 in favour of Salisbury here, and they gain possession. Quickly tackled there by the Demons and King, and the umpire's going to ball it up once more. They're getting opportunities, Eastern Park, to go forward, but just not capitalising at the moment. As they go forward now, Salisbury, through Shields, bombing one long, and a fend-off there from high fend-off, in fact, and put a palm right through him, and you heard the reaction of the crowd, and you would have been able to see that. So Barmby chips a ball inside, caught in the pocket. That's Putty. Goes to the top of the goal square. Players converge. Gets knocked towards the boundary here. McIver handballs it through for a very deliberate rush behind. Just highlight Pat's quarter so far, and much of it in the favour of Salisbury. And the Demons now to clear out of their goal square.
No goals for a little bit for Salisbury, but they've still been getting the scoreboard, still getting those behinds. And last time they played 2 weeks ago, it was only 4 points margin. So although obviously they prefer to get goals, those behinds could become crucial. They do well again behind play just to take a good mark by Shoot. He shoots it forward. Just to the edge of the 50, spins around, is Gupta very quickly, looking inside 50, finds something he likes, goes towards it, should have probably taken the intercept mark, but not quite for Lewis. And now the play's on, trying to get it out there, nicely done, finding Sumner. He's had a few good moments this quarter. And now they find their way out to the wing. Looking for the teammate on the wing. They do well to pick it up. They got a few players in front of the ball free. They find McGee. He could go long or short. He decides to go to the long option. 2v2 in the goal square. Nice mark. Used his body well. Read the flight of the ball. Fairly pushed off the player and just took a very, very nice mark. About 20 metres out. Straight in front.
Mansell lining this one up.
Mansell with that one. Obviously another player who's got a ton of goals. Literally 107 goals this season. One of the two players for Eastern Park to kick over 100 goals. He definitely knows how to find the goals. He's coming in now. Deliberate kick. Makes no mistake. His first for the afternoon, and a much, much needed goal for Eastern Park just to stay in it and really get the momentum back away from Salisbury.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really crucial goal, much needed for the Demons. There was a lot of pressure, especially early on in that first quarter, and it was 3 scores inside 5.5 minutes at the second quarter there for the Salisbury Magpies. But apart from a couple rush behinds, it has been the Demons who have just scored a couple times just to get back into it. And a massive goal, only the second of the game. And for all of their inside 50s, it hasn't been enough reward, but maybe enough to turn it around now for them. And as the ball goes up, it's Knapp in the ruck now for the Demons. And Salisbury get the easy clearance, go inside forward 50, and an awkward ball there for the forwards to try and read, and the Demons to rebound. Trying to find options. Rebounding outside their forward 50. It's a little bit of a shank off the boot and leaves some work there for Tuckwell to get to. Has to chip it back. Leaves a ball in dispute. A little 30-metre chip up the wing is good and into the hands of his teammate in Millerer. A little dart ball along the wing and a really handy pick-up there by Shields. And gets knocked down behind the play, and it's going to be a free kick paid downfield. And it's going to go the way of Salisbury, of course, through Jalen Dunk. So Dunk goes long down the line to the paint of the 50, a pack forming. You heard the clap from the pack there as bodies fall on the ground. Kovacic gets slung to the ground and a few whistles going here. It's going to be a free kick, though, paid the way of Eastern Park. Has a short option in Millerer, but decides to go long. 50 metres up the wing, pack forming and not paid the mark behind there, the Demons, and umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Eastern Park goalless in the second quarter last time they played 2 weeks ago in the qualifying final. But of course got their form back last week with a 28-point win over Fitzroy in that prelim. Kovacic with 5 goals, if you don't mind, so it'll be interesting to see him go out forward, and he's been good in the midfield. They make their way towards the far wing now, do Salisbury. They go forward to no one in particular. It's going to be nearly cut off there by Williamson. A bit of work to do. He looks for teammates, gone backwards. Couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. And now Salisbury have a chance if they can just find their teammates. Eventually it's going to be cleaned up, but not for long. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Demons, just down the field a little bit. So a little bit of a let off. The kick not great, through the middle of the ground. A big soccer kick. Out from the back, looking to get the mark was O'Loughlin. And now trying to get the ball. It's going to be a bit of a pack forming in the middle. Bit of congestion. They do well to find the players running on the outside. To Knapp. Knapp over the top. There's a few players on, 2v2. Again, no mark taken. Again, Mansell finds a bit of room, and a beautiful finish from Mansell. His second in a row. And when Mansell gets going, it means good things are coming for Eastern Park. 2 goals last week, but most importantly, when they played each other back in round 17, he got 4, and the time before that in round 8, Mansell got 3, so he definitely knows how to find the goals against Salisbury, and he's got 2 in a row.
Yeah, only had the solitary goal a fortnight ago against Salisbury in the qualifying final, but already 2 on the board, both coming back-to-back in this game. So I'll be really found it interesting. Chris Knapp going into the ruck and providing some ferocity inside the guts there for the Eastern Park Demons, and he's given it to them. It's going to be Knapp up against Duncan here in the ruck to get it back underway here at Ex Convenience Oval. Duncan taps it down. But it falls into the lap of McCormick Smith of the Demons, and they get the clearance. Going to the near side here, it's a one-on-one. And Salisbury win it out through Duncan. Little chip kick. It's a bit of a sloppy one, but it's recovered and marked by Shearer. Centre wing. Goes inside forward 50 to a one-on-one. Players out the back, a whistle blows, and they've called an advantage in favour of the Demons, and Payne clears through McIver. McIver goes to another one-on-one here. Freeman fighting for it and draws the free kick. The Demons gaining some momentum now, Jad. Now down by a goal, and you really feel like they'd be ruining that free goal they gave Salisbury earlier, but building some momentum. I believe that's Napich. Throws it to the ground, a pack forming, and Salisbury trying to clear the play, and they do now. Through the hands of Keenahan, moving the ball by hand, a little chip kick along the outer side is marked. As Salisbury just look to hold up play a little bit and try gain back some momentum. They're still up by a goal on the Sportal scoreboard. So he, the division medalist, missed 7 games through the season and was able to win the medal. A little chip kick goes to the Payne of 50. And a pack forms, and Salisbury, a little bomb kick, is only going to go about 20 metres high in the air. Both teams fighting for it, and tired bodies out there at the moment. Williamson at the bottom of the pack, and Eastern Park still trying to clear it out. Umpire letting it go, says give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Stoppage situation right in front of the Sportal scoreboard there in Salisbury's forward line. The punch comes to the back of the pack. There's still a bit of congestion, so it's going to be out for a boundary throw-in. 2 goals in a row for Eastern Park means it's a 6-point margin. Very close game on our hands. A good arm wrestle in this Division 6 Grand Final. A big crowd here, good atmosphere building. The drums are out in the Eastern Park cheer squad, I believe. They're up and about it well and trying to push their team along. Another stoppage now, just trying to find a bit of room to get moving. It's going to be wrapped up once again. The umpire said he'll try and sort it out again.
Free kick's been paid to Salisbury here.
Oh, yeah.
And players go crashing to the floor once again.
Good spot, yeah. A bit of a free kick in that stoppage situation. I couldn't see it from back here, but it's going to be Duncan.
So he'll have to kick this about 50, Jad.
Yes, he's going to need a bit of a big kick from here. Looks confident with the run-up. Nice straight kick. Starts to the right, continues that way. It's going to be out in the full. Couldn't even cut the angle down much more than from where he was standing. So it's going to be a bit of a let-off again, and stays at that 6-point margin. Just a one straight kick in it as Eastern Park look to go outside of the defence. They have a few options here. A bit of a 2-on-1 if the player can get there, but in the end, just a little bit too far from him. 1-on-1. They do well, and another free kick found. And now Salisbury once again will get another repeat inside 50. A few options, a few players on the lead. Bit too slow to get to them. It's just going to be a bomb to the danger zone, I think, and that's exactly what it's going to go to. Tries to use the body well, but a good intercept mark, and it's Eastern Park now bringing out defence.
So Eastern Park to rebound once more and try and tie up this game. Where in the final couple minutes you'd think of this first half. A kick up the wing, and he's got a bit of space to work with, but he's sandwiched between 2 Magpies. He goes to a 1-on-1 down the line. Fighting for it. Mansell tucking through the ground, goes out of bounds and cries for deliberate, and it's paid. So Eastern Park have a chance to go inside, and Mansell called to come back and take his kick, and I think he was trying to get right down to the forward 50, of course being one of their most dangerous forwards. So Mansell probably about 50 metres from where he wants to be. Had Carter inboard, but decided not to use him and decides to go long instead. Cuts off the angle a little bit to the Payne of 50. Players converge on the ball, and Salisbury get a clearance out of there. Nice little turn through the contact. Good ball movement here by hand from Salisbury, and they clear the danger. Go outside. Ball on ground, and that brings us to half-time as the siren sounds here at Ex-Convenience Oval. It's a 1-goal advantage, 4-3-27 to 3-3-21 in favour of Salisbury.
Yeah, good half of footy here. Both teams playing a good brand of footy. Both teams wanting to score plenty of goals. It's maybe a little bit more low scoring than we expected, but it's a very tight game. Both defences of Salisbury and Eastern Park very good all season. Salisbury only conceding 751 points all season, and Eastern Park 995. So we've kind of seen that. We got half time now. We're gonna try and bring you an interview at half time with a very special guest. We'll get to that in a second. We'll have a bit of a break now. We'll come back to that soon, so look out for that as we look to get that one done now. It looks like we might just get the interview done now as we'll get our special guest up here.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Jax Cotton, the special...
The water boy.
The water boy of Eastern Park, who's gone
the
viral
viral water
recently.
boy.
We'll get a bit of a chat with him, see what he's all about with how he got into it, how he's finding this game. We'll get his thoughts. We'll get to that. But in terms of this game here, very good game on our hands. Sean Mansell kicking the last 2 of that quarter. Gamal getting 2 as well, as we look to progress and go into the interviews now and a bit of halftime entertainment.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic entertainment to have a young fella that, we'll give a bit of an intro to him as he walks up here to our commentary booth, and of course this is our first time meeting him as well. Young Jax Cotton, we've got him up here, the viral sensation.
Hello.
We've got him here. Stand in between us here, Jax. You you're on the screen. You'll be able to show all your mates at school.
Yeah,
First, tell us a little bit about how cool it is that you've been gone viral. You're on TikTok. You've had over a couple million views. I was having a look at Facebook. I think about 1 million on there. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. What was the question?
Well, how cool it is. How cool,
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I always get people going up to me at school and all that, saying, "Oh, you're the kid from TikTok. We love you. You're so funny." And it is very cool. It's good fun.
So how did it all get started? What made you decide, I'm going to go out there with a camera and a microphone and film it?
So you got one. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So I remember one day our normal boundary umpire for the 16 girls was injured, and I filled in for her.
Wow.
And I was doing heaps of funny stuff, and that day everyone was just laughing. So the week after, we chucked the mic on me, and then it just went from there.
And we'll talk about yourself a little bit, because what 13-year-old kid doesn't want to talk about themselves? You're 13, you're 12?
12.
You're 12.
Almost 13.
We'll go 13, eh?
Yeah.
So what kind of 12-year-old kid doesn't want to talk about themselves? You won the premiership this year?
Yep, yeah, we did for the under-13s.
And who was the best and fairest?
Oh, me.
Yeah, we knew that. We
Yeah.
knew that. So you've done a fantastic job. I used to play for Eastern Park way back in the day, and I was nowhere near as good as you, I don't think. But you love this club, and how cool is it seeing some of these A-grade boys you've been running water for out here on the big stage, and only down by a goal at the moment?
It is it's very good to watch. It's a bit hard because I'm a bit sore at the moment. Copped a cookie this morning in another grand final.
Oh, no good. But you're still out there running water like a champion.
Yeah, I'm trying, pushing through.
Awesome, fantastic. Have you got any last words for maybe some family watching at home? Or it's getting filmed here as well. Any last words you want to say, and maybe a little shout out for your Demons?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for everyone that watches, and go the D's.
Awesome, thanks, Jax Cotton.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant.
For joining us, and
Thank you.
good luck to the Demons on your behalf. We'll go on for a bit of a break now, and we'll come back with the second half, thanks to all the sponsors. And have a good rest of your day, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. back here for the second half at Ex-Convenience Oval between Salisbury and Eastern Park, and what an interesting matchup we've seen so far. It was, for all of Salisbury's dominance in the first bit of that second quarter, Eastern Park come back into it, but it's been a really interesting contest. I'm sitting here with Jad Gosson, and my name's Lewis McKenna, and the second half of action of the Div 6 Grand Final, it's been a lot of undisciplined play between these sides, hasn't it, Jad?
Yes, that's right. 7 points the margin here for the half-time break, and it's a bit of undisciplined, you're right. A few free kicks going away to both teams, and we saw a double goal happen as well, which is basically the difference between the two teams at the moment. So
absolutely,
it's going to be very interesting to see if that continues. If the umpires will let the game flow a bit more, or how that works. But they've had some time, both coaches, Brett Joseph and Anton Riley, to really hone in their messages as we get set for a big half of footy here. Division 6 Grand Final, and we're underway.
Second half action here at Ex-Convenience Oval, and Salisbury fighting to try and get the clearance outside. Handballs the ball out the back of the pack, and Eastern Park recover. Miller. There's a bit of contact there on the head, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Demons. So going through the corridor here at Eastern Park. Recovered by Salisbury, and a high fend-off through the neck of the Eastern Park Demons player there. We'll try see if he's okay. He stands up gingerly, and I believe that might have been Williamson there knocking to the floor. Llewellyn Miller chips the ball inside, leaves it a bit short, and leaves a bit of work for the Eastern Park forwards to do, and the umpire says pretty quickly, give it to me, I'll ball it up. About 35 metres out, directly in front of Eastern Park's goal. A goal here would draw them within 1 point. Tapped down there by Salisbury, and a fight for the ball here. A snap out of the pack here for Eastern Park, and they got a goal, They do. And a quick goal on board there for the Demons, and they do draw back within that point. And it was a hard one to see there, Jad, who got that goal. Was we
Number 10, McGee got that one.
Yeah, so McGee on the, and seen a player go down behind play, and that's Sean He, the medalist. There's a lot of scrapping here going behind the play. Putty's in the action here for Salisbury, and you hear the crowd getting amongst it as well, Jad.
Yeah, there was a player knocked off the ball. The crowd getting involved, wanting a free kick. The umpires didn't really see it. It was a good 100 metres away from where they were getting that goal through the big stick. So a couple of teammates ran over, trying to remonstrate and trying to be a bit physical with the player that pushed him down. I didn't really realise who that was, but in the end, they sort themselves out, and when the ball's in play, that's the main focus. Now they go forward. Salisbury, they have a chance here. Bit of a soccer kick off the ground, but he's a little bit off balance. The ball's still alive. They're going to have to be clean here, Eastern Park, to get it out of here. They need a little bit of a cleanliness. A good smother too by Salisbury. Now they're looking for the goal. Handballed wide from Man towards Putty. Again, a little bit of physicality going on, but nothing unfair. It's
Jeez, this is a chippy contest at the moment, Jad. They are getting stuck into each other. We see he dropped 100 metres off the ball, and a lot of push and shove.
They have to be careful here, Eastern Park. They've given away a lot of free kicks in dangerous areas. They don't want to do that again. And although it might feel like or sound like a good idea to drop he off the ball, if that cost them a goal, that could be the difference in this match in a crucial grand final. They go from one end to the other, finding their captain. Finding Knapp. Knapp now goes the long way along the ground, but it's going to be another stoppage situation on the far wing here. A hot opening few minutes here. 4-4-28 plays 4-3-27. They've added a goal, so obviously there's been one goal this quarter.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the 1 point, the margin, 3 minutes on the Hahn Ultra Zero scoreboard as we get a few stoppages in a row.
So another contest here after the ball in. Ball got knocked to the ground, and umpire's going to ball it up. Slightly favouring the Eastern Park half of the ground. Another contest forms right next to it. And there's a free here called, a push in the back there, so it's going to be Williamson there in the middle, and decides to take the corridor ball, and it's a fantastic kick who finds a streaming teammate going inside forward 50, goes to a 2-on-1 in favour of the Magpies. Ball's in dispute, top of the goal square here, and a free's paid to Salisbury, and they're able to easily chip it out through Kovacic. Gets another 30 metres up the ground and through the hands of his teammate there, and gets knocked to the ground. Shearer gets it stolen away there. McMullen chips the ball over. It's a fantastic kick, and Eastern Park once again look inside forward 50 through the goal kicker and McGee. A lone goal kicker here in the second half, and got his team within 1 point. It's about 70 metres from home, and chips a kick to the paint of the 50, and it's a solid mark taken there from Dunk. And chips backwards, and maybe they're looking to switch here, Salisbury, but Eastern Park defending the opposite side of the ground, so he goes long up the line. A pack forming here and climbing over the pack there. Shearer gets the kick out the back, but straight into the hands of the Demons, and it's a corridor ball. Lays into the lap there of the Demons midfield. Williamson hands it back, and a kick inside forward 50 from McCormick Smith. It's a one-on-one, and handballing it in front of himself was Odegaard. Using his teammate there in Keenahan, and Salisbury clear.
They find their way out on the 50-metre line. Again, another whistle blown. It's going to be a free kick on the way to Salisbury, so they can kick this one out of the defence. Hot start early. The single goal coming through McGee. He's been in their best 9 of 18 games, so he's 50% of the times in their best players. Good record for him, and a key player for this Eastern Park team. Bit of a lull as we just find our way on the wing, and just dribbles over for another boundary throw-in. Nearly 6 minutes played here on a very nice day for a grand final footy. The weather's got a little bit warmer. The clouds have gone away. The sun's out now as we look to get another boundary throw-in. The two ruckmen being busy early. Carter and Duncan look to be doing the ruck in this occasion. You're right, we saw Knapp go on the ruck a few times in that second quarter. It really gave him an extra spark in there.
Added some physicality for sure.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to that one as the quarter goes on. That quick kick now goes forward. Just couldn't take the mark. He thought he should have maybe been paid. Play on along the boundary line. That was out of bounds. It's going to come back and go out for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, had Mansell over in the goal square and maybe just carried the ball over there, did Williamson. And Williamson's been impressive for me, and we talk about the Archie's player of the game possibly throughout this second half. There's been a few players potentially in contention for that. McMullen for the Demons, Putty for the Magpies. Plenty of players involved in the conversation for that, but 49 metres out from the Eastern Park goal, the boundary umpire hurls it back in. Gets tapped into the lap of the Salisbury Magpies defenders, and they try and clear, but Williamson traps it in for the Demons, and ball up here on the outer side of the ground, right in front of the scoreboard that reads 4-4-28 to 4-3-27. A 1 point advantage here for Salisbury as it gets held up again, and I think we've had about 20 stoppages in the last 2 minutes here, it feels like, Jad, and maybe some tired bodies start to take over at the start of this third quarter. Williamson gets tackled to the ground without the ball, and umpire doesn't call anything. He's circling, and he says holding the ball. So Salisbury get a chance to clear it out, a little chip kick into the lap of Pryor. Hands it back off, and another little kick through to Thompson, the vice-captain. Goes long to the outer side, and it's a one-on-one here. And a pack forms on the ground. Umpire circling once more and says, give it to me, I'll ball it back up.
Like an alligator there, wrapped him up, spun around. Playing on that far wing and a lot of stoppages, making our job hard, but if that's how they want to play, what can you do about it? They find a little bit of a room here to take a nice uncontested mark. Again, going through the middle of the ground. They have an extra kick here to go wide. They do that. Straight through the middle. They could go wide again, but instead they go forward. And now the Demons are on. They find a mark inside 50, just barely though. Straight away has his head up, looking for an options inside 50 for a teammate who's maybe a little bit closer, maybe a little bit of a better angle. But instead he has to go back, and McCormack Smith, 2 goals last week in the prelim 42 goals for the season. Been in the best players often. He was in their best last week for that crucial match. Last time they played, I should say, when they only went down by 4 points. Coming in now, looks good off the boot. It's swinging back a little bit, not quite enough. It's just going to be the one behind, and guess what? We're all square. 28 plays 28, thanks to Sportal and Han Ultra Zero scoreboard.
It was the first score, sorry to cut you off there, Jed,
Yes,
first score in 8 minutes in this contest. By far the longest we've gone without a score in this game.
Yes, both teams very attacking, scored plenty of goals throughout the season, but you see when it comes off to a one-off grand final, the scoring just slows down a little bit. A bit of a delay here with the blood rule as we see one of the Demons players just coming off with that blood rule, so a little bit of a break in play and a bit of a lull for the players to set up behind the ball, and they've got to make the most of this little opportunity, Eastern Park, just to lock the ball in inside their 50, get the repeat inside 50s. Thanks again to our sponsors for everything and bringing us this game today. Salisbury bringing out defence. They find a mark on the 50-metre line. Again, a nice little chipped ball. That chip kicking's been working for them. They go back to the well and do that again. They have a few options on if they want to go short.
Stagnant ball movement at the moment for Salisbury, it seems here, Jad.
Yeah.
Just moving the ball patiently outside their back 50. Moving the ball by hand now and trying to just work their way through the Demons' offense, and at the moment having to play defense. Trying to work their way around a tackle and a little chip kick outside, and it just falls into the lap of Knapp. And it was in fact called in the back, so going to go back the way of the Salisbury captain in Hull. And a lot of that play being on this outer side. I'm thankful I bought my binoculars. They've got to work out so far, long down the line. The pack forming here, and looks like a mark's been ripped down there. A fantastic mark by the medalist in He. Little chip kick off the hands there, and about 60 metres out. Solid mark taken by Gamo. He's kicked a couple in this game. Little chip kick over the top, finds Pryor. Pryor wheels around, gets to the paint of 50 and looks to take a long ball to the teeth of the goal square. Pack forming and thumped through over the line there solidly by Glenn.
And just the one behind means a 1 point lead to Salisbury. First time they've really been inside their 50-metre line for a while. Their slow movement off to the back has not helped progressing the ball up the field, but now they can go forward through Hull, the captain. Through Knapp, sorry, I keep getting the number 19 mixed up. And now they go forward. A bit of a 1-2. They do that chipping again, and it's going to find King. Does well to find Williamson, and now the ball inside 50. Has a big kick, a bit of a half shot, half pass. In the end, it just drifts completely out wide. It's going to be a last possession rule. Salisbury, a bit of a let off. They're going to have to kick it out from deep inside their defence.
Mansell looking like he's getting picked up by two defenders there, and on multiple occasions, and completely understandable there from Salisbury.
Yes, the 127 goal scorer. They play on quickly, do Salisbury, and because of that, turn it over. And now the kick comes, and McCormack Smith getting the goal. It's been coming. The floodgates of Eastern Park have meant they've kicked the last goal. They've had a lot inside 50s, and just a small slip up by Salisbury means a goal going the way of McCormack Smith, his first of the afternoon, and bringing that margin out to a 5-point lead here.
It's a massive goal there for them, and just look at that moment since Salisbury were up fairly big. They're up 25-9 at one point and only kicked 4 points since then. Salisbury yet to get a goal since the 5.5 minute mark of the second quarter. It's been well over a quarter since then. Yep. Something to watch there for them, Jad. And the Demons, meanwhile, they have an absolute run on, and there's been a free kick paid here for an encroachment on the centre square, so going back the way of the Demons, and they get another opportunity to go inside. Moving the ball quickly and onto the chest of an Eastern Park forward there. There was dispute about whether it touched the ground, but paid a mark, and he's got a good look at goal here, so I believe that's going to be McMullen again. just walking across the paint of 50 and has another opportunity to try slot through another one. He's kicked one so far. 1 goal, 1 for McMullen. So man on the mark. Aidan Hull standing about 40 metres out. Ball's on its way. Goal, umpire does not move an inch. And another goal through here for Eastern Park. They move to 6-4-40, 4-5-29, and the Eastern Park Demons are on a run on the Sportal scoreboard.
Momentum is a big thing in footy. Third quarter is called the Premiership quarter. Eastern Park have come out here, kicked the first 3 goals of that Premiership quarter. 3 goals to 0 in this third quarter, and they've got the momentum, they've got the run on, everything's going their way, and they find themselves in front at a crucial moment. Salisbury. The Salisbury fans at home wouldn't want reminding, but 18-0 was the season progressed. They won their only final, 19-0, undefeated so far. And now, 15 minutes into the third quarter, they find themselves behind. They're going to have to lift here. They're going to have to find that football that's the reason they got them to this game in the first place. They do well here to find a little bit of room, but again the kick to no one in particular, and it's easily cut off there by the Demons player in Glenn, who just goes bang straight through the middle of the ground. A few players there, they're outnumbered, but he does well as he. And now it's going to go through Thompson, their big players getting involved. Over the top with a big punch was the defence. Now Eastern Park trying to bring it out of there, looking for Knapp. He has room to move, takes a bounce. And another one, looks up the field, just goes to the danger zone, over the back, can they take a mark? Just couldn't take the mark, did everything right except bring it to ground. It's going to be now Salisbury who can try and find a little bit of a relieving mark and to relieve the pressure slightly. They finally do. We've seen them in this position a few times with the ball in that kind of side of the ground and in that defensive side of the ground and not being able to progress it well. We'll see what they can do here.
So Salisbury looking to stop the bleeding. It's 5 goals straight here for Eastern Park. Have got them an 11-point advantage. Last time Salisbury kicked a goal, I remind you, it's 5.5 minute mark of the second quarter. We're now 16 minutes into the third. And that was that free goal given to them through the leg of Gamo. And since then, it's been Eastern Park who've wrestled back the momentum. Good kick going inside forward 50 there, but it's dispersed away by the Magpies. They use the ball by hand and ball spills free. And they try cut off the corridor, and they do there through Gupta. Gupta kicks it wide and gives Pryor something to work with. Bounces out in front of him. It's a good chip kick along the wing and marked in space there by Putty. Had a really good second quarter, did Putty, with a couple goals to his name. Chips the ball across. It's a one-on-one contest here, but Salisbury have the numbers. A little bit of contact off the ball, and it was called for holding, tugging onto his jumper, and Eastern Park going to get the ball back here as bodies go crashing to the floor once again. So Payne on the near side here, right in front of the Eastern Park bench. Goes long down the line, a pack forming, and through the hands there of his teammate. Salisbury get the ball back and lob the ball up the wing. Solid mark taken there by Shields. Calls for a 25 there to be taken, but nothing called. The umpire called play on. A little bit of a shovel out of the pack. Goes out of bounds, and a high tackle called here. So going the way of Salisbury, maybe just wrestling back some of that momentum at the moment, Jad, at least in the field of the play, not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's right. They've been good the last few minutes. They've had a bit of control of the possession. They just need to find a way forward. They haven't really had any inside 50s for a while. Now the ball finds its way to Hull. This time getting the right number 19. Aidan Hull with the ball. Spoke well during the week. Listened to his interview about what the club means to him and how they've gotten here. And now it's his time to really push his team forward. Need a big captain's performance. They go forward now, Salisbury, towards the 50-metre line. Not quite in it yet. Over the top. Done well. And a big tackle. In the back, tells the umpire. Thought it was a fair tackle, but he's a bit slow to get off the ground, so maybe a good call. It's going to go the way of Brooks. He's an important player for them. He's too sore to take the kick, so he's going to come off for a bit of a rest. Hopefully he's okay to come back on, but he's going to come off for a bit of treatment. And Unfortunate for him, he did well, put his body on the line, took a nice free kick, got a free kick, and now it's going to be instead given to Shoot, who's going to kick it inside the 50-metre line. You suspect a lot of congestion inside the 50, a lot of players, a bit of push and shove, push down, and a good mark by Pryor.
Really good ball movement there. Off ball movement there from Pryor. He just moved the defence around and was able to drop back and find himself in that pocket of space. And fantastic work to find that open space and fall free out the back.
A bit of pushing and shoving as well, deep inside that forward line. He didn't let that worry him. Just did his own thing. Found a nice mark. And now he needs to finish 40 goals for the season. Pryor. He knows how to find them. In the best players last time they played. Brad Pryor has the boost from this cheer squad of the Eastern Park in that pocket. Coming in now and straight off the start of the boot, a disaster kick out of bounds on the full.
I wrote Pryor down in my score sheet, so I probably shouldn't have. I've scribbled it out. I thought he was at least going to score a point, Jad. So
a very big let off Eastern Park.
Absolutely, as they go outside their defensive 50, but a pack forms and called for a legging there. So Salisbury, 55 metres out from goal, get the ball back through Gupta. And looking for a deep entry again. Lobs the ball in, a 30-metre kick, and a fantastic, courageous mark taken there in defence by the Demons. A really solid mark taken back there. They have a little chip kick short is good. Finds Millerer, decides to play on and goes up. Can't quite find his teammate, and Salisbury get the ball back. A tough kick there over the top to Thompson. He gets called for holding the ball, so he's forced to give the ball back to McCormick Smith, who goes to the outer side there, and a mark's taken. Opts to play on and moves the ball out wide. Little chip kick there. Solid defence here from the Salisbury Magpies, just trying to stem the flow here of the Demons, and nearly got a goal back on them. A 2-on-1 here in favour of the Magpies, and a solid defensive work from the defensive cohort of the Maggies. Kovacic. Little chip kick along the central corridor, the outer corridor I should say. Scherer moves the ball around through the vice-captain, and a little chip kick over the top. Thought he played on, did putty, and he does, so moves around Millerer. Goes inside forward 50 and ball's in dispute. It's won here by the Demons, and a little chip kick out is good into the hands of Millerer. Been busy here in the last couple quarters. And a little chip kick over to Lewis. Moves the ball all the way down the wing and gets knocked away. It's going to go out of bounds. Central wing, ball back in here in the third quarter with 22 minutes gone. It's an 11-point advantage here to Eastern Park.
Very interesting game on our hands. 3-0 this quarter, as I mentioned. It still is that 3-2-0 Salisbury. You can see what they're trying to do. They're almost trying too hard, I feel. They're doing rush kicks like that forward, looking for the best options, but sometimes maybe they should just slow it down a little bit, because we know how good they are with their kicking. They find targets well. Again, it's going to come out the back, rebounded. A tripping free kick. Don't turn it over, mate. And he does turn it over. As soon as I saw him push him off the ball, I could tell he was going to turn it over, and that's what happened. And a big let-off for Salisbury. Gave away the free kick, and now instead they're going to have the kick inside 50. To a leading player now. Big fly, good mark.
Putty
Led well
again.
and takes a great mark. Putty with the bar.
Yeah.
He's got already one goal. He's probably been one of the best for Salisbury in this occasion. And again, a little bit ill-disciplined by Eastern Park. You've won the free kick. No need to push over your opponent, but instead they did. So going to have the shot here from about 40. Gets so close to the man on the mark. It gets smothered immediately. It's going to go back the other way now. I could tell when he went to go kick it, he was so close to the player on the mark. Maybe he was a bit worried about the distance, but because of that, a quick smother, and now it's going the other way. Eastern Park have a bit of room to move. McCormack Smith goes inbound. Beautiful kick once again, looking for the mark, just a bit too shallow for him. Sumner has to work hard to get pressure on here. Just couldn't get to the end of that. The numbers game for Salisbury means they get the mark, and now they're going to try and attack. Using the wings. They go wide. Finding Shields. And now Forward again. It's he. Can he stand up? He gets tackled without it. He's going to get a free kick. They're going to take the advantage. Gets in a bit of trouble. Probably regrets the advantage now, but used his footwork well just to find a little bit of room. And now Pryor forward. 2v1 in defence. It's always the two who are going to win. A big punt from the back. The ball's still alive, just outside the 50. Goes backwards to go forward, Salisbury. And now comes back to where it came from. Couldn't take the mark. They still have possession. They're looking for a teammate. They go long to the danger zone. Again, the numbers for Eastern Park are good, and they do well just to take a massive mark on the last line defence.
A fantastic mark there taken, and that was Kovacic there. Moves the ball out wide. So, in the pocket, and scoring dried up here for both sides, but Eastern Park will be very happy with their third quarter. Just regain that momentum, and right now, if this is a game of tug-of-war, the little bit of material's right smack bang in the middle. Neither team really gaining any ascendancy. Williamson, as we hear the little buzzer go off behind us, and that must mean we're at three-quarter time here at the Div 6 Grand Final, and it's 11-point margin here in favour of Eastern Park, 4-5-29, 6-4-40, and what a fantastic contest we've had here, Jad. We might talk a little bit as well about our contenders for the Archie's Thongs player of the game as well, and there's been some players out there. Putty, one of those for Salisbury, has been fantastic, but Williamson, ball in hand there, has been brilliant.
Yeah, Williamson's been good. I like McGee in that quarter especially. Naps worked hard all game. Mansell's with the 2 goals, as well as McMullen with 2. So yeah, plenty of contenders for those Archie's Thongs. Of course, Archie's support thongs and slides. So comfy, you never take them off. Both teams fighting hard for those ones. A very interesting quarter, that one. 3 goals to 0. Goalless quarter from Salisbury, if you believe. A team that's kicked 2,384 points coming into this one. Kept goalless in the premiership quarter. A big final fourth quarter coming up. We'll be here for it. Stay tuned. Stick around. Division 6 Grand Final here, Elizabeth Oval, as you see. The team's just coming into the huddle now. We'll come back with the fourth quarter after this short break.
I've not got anyone.
Yeah, no, I'll watch it. Back underway for the fourth quarter here. A big fourth quarter, the final quarter for Division 6. The grand final. Final moments upcoming. 11 points the margin on the way of the Demons, the Eastern Park Football Club. Salisbury, a bit of work to do, but still anyone's game. Thanks quickly to our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Archie's Thongs, Dartfish, Program to Fit, Classic Flashes, Make Sure Ratify, Adelaide Footy League, Sportal Scoreboard, Han Ultra Zero Scoreboard, and Goal of the Week, Born to Build, Mark Philippe Bianco. You can see those winners on between the posts, but we are just waiting a few extra little moments for everyone to get off the field, make sure the numbers are correct, and the umpires are about to do the first bounce. Elizabeth Oval here for the last quarter of a grand final. The buzz is in the air, the crowd is massive here, definitely a few thousand here to watch both of their teams underway with the first quarter. Fourth quarter.
Ball gets thrown up here in the final quarter of action, Div 6 grand final, Salisbury versus Eastern Park. We thank you for joining us on your Saturday afternoon, and pretty quickly the umpire says give it back to me. It's Eastern Park with an 11-point advantage on the Hahn scoreboard. So ball gets tapped away from Carter, and Eastern Park are the beneficiary. They lob a ball over and McCormick Smith takes a mark. Little chip kick over the top is good and into the hands of his teammate. So now moving the ball quickly and into the hands of Mansell. Quickly out on the lead, takes a mark at about the 48-metre mark. He's on about a 30-degree angle. Ships the ball inside and another mark taken here. So Warner probably only got about 5 metres closer than where Mansell would have been having it, and a little bit of a sharper angle, about 45 degrees here for Warner. This would be a crucial goal if he can slot this one. He'll have to kick it from just about on the paint of 50. He's rolling in and getting quite close to the man on the mark, lobs it up. It's got a little bit too much air time. Top of the goal square, gets battered down in front. Salisbury pick it up, gets knocked down to the floor. And there's a high free kick paid here, going the way of Salisbury. It's a crucial win there for the Magpies. So Dunk plays on from the goal square, and a little chipping kick is good. Keenahan moves the ball around to the outer side again, as they've done so often here, the Salisbury Magpies. There's a little bit of contact there called from behind from the Eastern Park Demons, and gives the Maggies a bit of a set play here through Putty to try and move it inside. He looks corridor. And just trying to find something, and he does march back into the corridor and tries to bite it off. Chris Knapp sitting in the hole and nearly takes the mark. Drops to the ground, a stoppage forming here, and umpire's circling, says give it to me, I'll throw it up.
Back in the centre of the ground, not far from the centre circle, almost as if we started the quarter again. 2 minutes played on the Sportal scoreboard. The tap from the ruckman through the legs of the midfielder for Salisbury, and now it's a bit of an arm wrestle. The umpire said he'll have to come in and sort that one out. He's going to quickly throw it back up. The two ruckmen go at it. A big tap by Duncan. Salisbury looking to just find a little bit of room to go forward. They're just moving it inches forward, and another stoppage will mean another ball up. Just to the side of Salisbury's attack. They find a bit of room out the back of the pack, and now the kick comes. Can they take a mark? No, it's the defence that can get there instead. We've seen that quite often from Eastern Park, those intercept defending, and big marks in defence have been crucial for them. The kick now towards the wing. Again, it's just a nice physical play. Both teams going hard at it fairly, or not quite fairly, said the umpire. He's going to come back and be a bit of a push in the back, I believe. He plays on quickly.
He was dragged down without the footy, so didn't have the ball in his hands.
You can see the plan from the coaching staff of Eastern Park, Alex Riley and the coaches there, really looking to almost target he, knowing how good he is. They've been physical with him, they've given away free kicks against him, and he's still finding ways to get involved. That chip kick forward just drops the mark at a crucial time, and it's just going to be a stoppage, or even on the ball. It is on the ball. When it should have took an easy mark, instead it's going to be a hole in the ball, and now Eastern Park will try and bring it out there, their own defence. Over the top, and another stoppage for a boundary throw-in.
So, bit of a stale start to this one. Eastern Park had a chance to get on the board, but couldn't quite convert. Salisbury Magpies just backline just holding up as they need to. In this final quarter, we've only got about 20 minutes of action left at the Division 6 competition. This is, of course, the A grade. We had the Bs earlier where Salisbury got the win and they're trying to get the double. Eastern Park trying to spoil their party. And currently moving the ball well on the outer side. They cut back inside of the corridor and picked up off the ground. A fantastic mark taken. That's McMullen. Goes inside, forward 50. 2-on-2 here. They go crashing into it. McCormick Smith swarming around the footy. Cries of holding the ball coming, and umpire disagrees, says I'll ball it up about 35 metres out directly in front of Eastern Park's goal. A really dangerous position here for Salisbury. Ball gets thrown up. McMullen fists the ball out of the pack. And Salisbury get the clearance out through Jaden Dunk. A one-on-one contest here. Bodies go crashing through. Carter moves the ball all the way back through McIver. A ball inside forward 50. And picked up here, McCormick Smith running inside forward 50. Trying to line up a goal. Nearly got there. Gets punched over the line there by Matthew Goods and in for a minor score. But the first score of the fourth quarter, it's 6-6-42 to 4-5-29. In fact, it's 6-5-41 to 4-5-29. And it's been a free kick paid here to Eastern Park. They get the hands off, running inside forward 50. Ball is on its way and hits into the bottom of the goal post. Chris Knapp through for a behind.
Too quick behind there, and I know it's a bit cliche to say, but it could be a handy point, that one, bringing the margin to 13, I believe.
Yes.
So that point could be crucial now. It's more than 2 goals the margin. Salisbury haven't scored since the 5th minute mark of the second quarter, so for them to get 3 goals might be a bit too far of a stretch. They're a very attacking team, as we know, having scored plenty of goals all season, but then you're going to have to find 3 here at least. They're playing down now, a bit of a big bump. Hopefully he's okay. He's getting up, so he's getting up slowly, so at least he's not knocked out fully.
Just drove him with his head there and drew some contact to the back of the head, but he's up on his feet.
Might be a yellow card here. I think the player's running off. So unfortunate for him, but
it didn't look deliberate.
No, it didn't
look deliberate at all. We have the fortune of being able to see the stream 10 seconds behind us, and I watched it, and it didn't look all that too much malice in it or anything like that.
Yeah,
not quite like the first yellow card we seen.
No, they're both going for the same ball, and it just knocked him in the head. The Eastern Park fan base giving a bit of a wave off as he gets off, but that's all part of the banter. Now the ball finds its way through the middle. Salisbury have a bit of defending to do. Instead, it's going to be an advantage paid over the top, but to no one in particular. McCormack Smith does well. He's been busy. He's trying to get to the end of it, and a big tackle. Could they get the hold on the ball? Instead, it's going to be holding. Maybe the umpire will bring it in. He thought about paying the free kick. Instead, he's going to bring it up. 2 rucks go at it. A little bit of room here. Push in the back. Free kick going the way of the ruckman for Eastern Park. Luke Buckby with the ball. They're getting a little bit of the rub of the green, but they've been working hard. They've been creating their own luck. And now Buckby's going to have the shot from about 50. Quite a tight angle. About 45-degree angle, I'd say. And the Demons fans with the Demons chant pushing their team along. Buckby lining up for his first, which could be a match-winning goal. Coming in now. Straight off the boot, never looked like making it. It swings back a little bit, still in play. It's still in a dangerous zone. Can they get it through? They're looking to bring it in forward with a snap. The outside hits the post.
Oh, Mansell. Wow.
Could have been the goal of the week thanks to Bourne-to-Bill. They would have loved that one. Unluckily for him, wasn't to be. Salisbury play it on fast.
Wow. What an effort there from Mansell. Just fleet of foot, was able to work his way around. And Eastern Park have another opportunity. The Eastern Park fans are up and about at the moment. Of course, with the behind there, they're now up by 14 points. Knapp fights for it. Gets swarmed on by 3 Magpies, but he's able to pick the footy out of the pack. moves the ball away through hand. Deep in the pocket here are the Demons. They boot it into a dangerous position. I think that's Mansell meeting the footy. Flicks it back, and Kovacic just hits the belly of the ball and goes right out of bounds. And Salisbury free kick here through the captain in Hull.
Salisbury really backs against the wall now. Their inside 50's been getting peppered. They're going to have to find something here. They're going to have to find some attack.
So the Magpies are all the way down the line, and Shearer takes a uncontested mark and chips the ball inside to He. The medalist, he's got space, but comes off the side of the boot, and Chris Knapp's in the right spot again. Chips the ball to the outer corridor and marked comfortably there, uncontested by Warner. Chips the ball. 45-degree angle, Sumner, who goes back to Warner. Just trying to move around the defence of the Salisbury Magpies at the moment. Tuckwell as a breeze blows along across Ex-Convenience Oval here at Elizabeth. We thank you for joining us on your Saturday afternoon Div 6 Grand Final. If you've just joined us, Salisbury undefeated, staring down the barrel of a Grand Final defeat. Pack forms here around 70 metres out from Eastern Park's goal, and the ball knocks free. They've called play on. Williamson rolling inside as a free player over the back, and a mark nearly taken there from McMullen. Eastern Park come free, back in the hands of McMullen, snaps around the body and through for a minor score.
He's been busy, McMullen. He's buzzing around looking for goals. Salisbury haven't really been in their half of the field for quite a while. They're looking to go there now. Again, not too much options in front of the ball for him. He's looking up. There's not really anyone on. He has to go long to a one-on-one. Over the back, always going to be tricky. Instead, being paid a mark to Eastern Park. Very nicely done. Just taking those crucial marks on the wing. That kick again, not 100% the best, but again, this Eastern Park players are there, just swarming around the ball, winning the free kick, wanting the extra 25, but not to be. And
sorry to interject, Jad.
Yeah,
9 of the last 11 scores to Eastern Park at the moment.
Wow, so yeah, dominating in the attacking sense. Dominating in that thing they call the scoreboard pressure. 50 metres out, now the shot comes. Can it go over the top? It does, but it goes a bit wide, it's all behind. It looked good off the boot, but not to be. Again, the James Gowan in there getting peppered. It's another point, and that probably proves your stat even more, Lewis.
Absolutely. Glenn there with a miss, and Salisbury look to answer. They have to find something quickly. They've just got no momentum here as a one-on-one here on the wing gets knocked out of bounds through Tuckwell. And Gupta of the Salisbury Magpies, and the heat is turned up right now on the Salisbury team.
Salisbury have to get the next one, they have to.
They absolutely just have to start with an inside 50. I think it's been some time since they've had one. I don't think they've even had one in this fourth quarter as boundary umpire hurls it back in. They're able to get the knock down, the Magpies, but back into the hands of the Demons. The pressure is on them now, able to goal keep the ball down to himself, moving the ball now through hands. The Salisbury Magpies have done well with that in this game so far. And they now find some space through the corridor. Moving the ball quickly now, Odegaard uses his vice-captain in Thompson, who sends a high hospital ball up, and it was a fairly easy mark with a little bit of a size advantage there for the Eastern Park defence. Knapp chips a ball inside, and it's comfortably marked there by Warner. He's had a good second half, a chip kick inside, and another uncontested mark from McGee. McGee kicked a goal, just his fifth goal of the season, McGee earlier. And a good kick outside, and an inside 50 here for the Demons. Has to stop and prop and take a mark. The kick wasn't perfect, but he was able to just to hold his weight and gets a mark about 35 metres out on a slight angle, and this is a crucial kick, which could give the Demons a really strong advantage here through Buckby.
They'll use the 30 seconds, they'll take their time, they're not going to be in any rush to kick this one.
So Buckby, hands on hips, stands about 55 metres out from the James Gowan's end here at Central District Football Club, Ex-Convenience Oval. In the bright yellow boots, this kick is crucial. Keep an eye on the goal umpire here and see where he moves, because Buckby will want him to stand dead straight He moves to his right as the ball goes right and through for a minor score from Buckby. So absolutely peppering the goals at the moment, the Demons.
Yeah, like you mentioned, can't recall inside 50 this quarter. They were goalless in the third as well. It's been a long time between drinks for Salisbury to get some goals here, and their crowd is getting restless, and you can see the players are too. They're almost rushing it, almost too desperate to go forward, but that's a great mark on the wing. They definitely took a lot of them earlier in the match when they were playing well. They go forward now. As we'll see Tuckwell coming off with a bit of soreness.
Solid mark there from Kovacic of the Demons.
Kovacic has been good. 5 goals last week. This week we've seen him a bit more in the midfield, almost drifting in defence sometimes. Takes a good mark there. And now they go wide. Looking for Sumner. Sumner does well to just, again, finding the targets. It sounds simple, but it's what Eastern Park's been doing great all game, and something that Salisbury have not quite nailed on as well as they would have hoped. Just finding those kicks, finding the marks, finding their teammates, and if they don't mark it, they all work hard to get possession back. Now the possession has turned over. Running through, finds he through the middle of the ground. Again, the kick just a little bit too short than what it needed to be. And again, the turnover is potentially on its way. They look now to again go wide. And another free kick on the way of Salisbury. They're looking to go take the free kick up the field. A bit of confusion with the man on the mark. They're going to come back and have to take it again, which makes sense. But this could be a rare inside 50 for the Magpies. They look up the field. No one in particular is the target. Just a long bomb and another nice intercept mark for the Eastern Park defender.
It's Kovacic once again. He's been really, really steadfast.
And an extra 25, why not? So very interesting few minutes here. Salisbury been trying hard. They get a bit of an inside 50, but Kovacic, a few nice intercept marks in defence. Like I mentioned, 5 goals last week. Now he's helping out in defence and doing a great job. And Salisbury running out of time. 16.5 minutes played thanks to the supporter scoreboard, as they look to get on the goals, but it does not seem. I can't see where they get a goal from, Lewis.
No, I don't see it either, and the Demons are just holding in the back line at the moment and doing an extremely good job of it, playing different roles. And there was an interview, Tony Neal interviewed captain and coach throughout the week, as we see some convenient cramp on the field, potentially a little bit of mayo on that, but hands the ball off. Streaming inside forward 50 is Freeman. And like a free man, he kicks it long inside forward 50. That's Knapp inside. In fact, I think that was McMullen. Salisbury picked the ball back up, but sends a hospital ball outside, and it's marked. A juggle mark taken here by the Demons, gets him a set shot. And this is the captain, Alex Clements. And talk about a captain's goal if you can get one, Jad.
Captain's moment, and it's that play almost sums up the last half for both teams. A very wayward kick from Salisbury to no one in particular, a bit of a 50-50, and it's just the want and the hunger of the Eastern Park player to take that mark over the top of his opponent.
With just about 18 minutes gone in this fourth quarter, this might just about seal it. The captain rolls in. It's not going to get there, is it there? The goal umpire says it's a goal. And that's a captain's goal for the Eastern Park Demons. And through for Alex Clements. And what a massive goal that is. That takes it out to a 23-point margin. And almost impossible for the Magpies to bring it back from here.
23 points, 18 minutes played in the fourth. And yeah, that might be it. That might have been the nail in the coffin from the captain of Eastern Park. A crazy set of play there. They took the mark over the top of their teammate, over the top of his opponent, was more hungry to take that one and finished truly. A big upset is brewing here, and Salisbury, who are undefeated all season, are on the verge of defeat in the last game in the grand final, but they're still pushing hard. That kick inside 50 once again cut off. Clifton with a nice defensive mark. We've said that so many times. The defensive marks have been very, very top-notch here from the Demons. They've worked hard all year. You can tell they probably came in with a plan to stifle the attack of Salisbury. It's paid off and it's worked brilliantly. They look up the field now as they make their way up there again. The kicking has been accurate, but that time was nicely done there by Odegaard. Now they're going forward as the crowd starts to get involved. This is right in front of the big pack of fans for Salisbury. They're pushing their team, encouraging them to go forward. That one goes over the top of the pack, looking for a little bit of room to find a handball away. Again, the congestion is massive. The pressure from Salisbury, the tackling in packs like that is a massive part of their game and a big reason why they're ahead. And now it's going to come the other way, but not for long. Again, Odegaard getting involved. Again, a kick forward. Can they find a mark inside 50? Been a rare occasion. Now the spin around, the footwork, the kick, the snap, and the goal. Brooks with a very, very much needed goal there for Magpies. I think that's a bit of an understatement. They haven't scored since the 5th minute mark of the second quarter, if you believe it. They finally got one now, and that was some very handy footwork from Brooks.
So you think a few goals in this fourth quarter, you think there's probably about 6 minutes maybe left here in this for them to try and pile on another 3 goals. They're down 17 at the moment. This is a crucial few minutes. It goes without saying, as crucial as it gets. Both these teams going up to Div 5 in 2025, but they don't really care about that at the moment. They want the momentum and they want the premiership as the umpire holds the ball aloft and throws it up in the air. Wilson fighting for it, but the Demons the beneficiary. The ball goes back through Millerer. Stops and props and chips the ball wide, and it's an uncontested mark for Tuckwell, who's got space. Tuckwell long down the line off the lead there. McMullen met by 3 Magpies and has to just handball it out, and the Magpies clean up, kick it long down the line. Is that going to go out before it's touched? It's not. Millerer takes it over and helps it over right in front of the Salisbury bench. Boundary umpires for today, Nathan Nigro and Harrison Zuna, doing a fantastic job along the lines. Going to hurl it back in. About 5 people went up for the ruck there. The Magpies just trying to find something. They have to take the risk and go through the corridor, and
down the field.
Free kick downfield, a really big one here for the Maggies. So it's going to be Shearer, about 60 metres from home, chips the ball in. There's a lead coming. A little bit of contact maybe in the marking contest there, nothing called. And Millerer, who's been busy in the second half, handballs it back and just stops and props with his Demons.
Brooks again limping a little bit. We saw him come off earlier, a bit sore. The last goal kick, he's kicked 2. They really need him out there. We'll see if he can fight it off. And now the Demons with a big kick down the line. They'll take a stoppage. They'll take the time off the clock. 22 minutes played thanks to the Sportal Enhanced Ultra Zero scoreboard. A crucial few minutes here. 17 points the margin. 3 straight kicks in it. Salisbury been great attacking all year. They've probably not been on their game today, but they can definitely turn it on late in this quarter. Nearly takes the mark. Maybe probably should have been marked, should have been paid, but it was not to be by Keenahan. And now it's going to just be a stoppage. Both ruck go at it. A big punch from both of them. A bit of a 50-50 ball if they can find some space here for the kick. The Magpies spinning around their opponent in a big tackle, getting the turnover. But again, the tackling ferocity, the pressure from the Demons has been elite, and there's 3 on him as soon as he picks it up. It's going to be a stoppage 40 metres out from Salisbury's goal. Time running out. Eastern Park get a massive clearance just to anywhere, to the middle of the ground. It turns out to be to no one in particular, but they do well just to get the hands to it. A massive hold on the ball, and Salisbury are going to be the ones benefiting from it. They're looking for another inside 50. They're going to play on quickly. If they can get this mark, will be big. Not quite the mark, but they do well to get their hands to it. Thompson fighting, the vice-captain, can't quite take it. Salisbury just looking for a little bit of room to get inside 50, and the Demons really are not letting him have any room to breathe.
So you'd think there's only about 3 or 4 minutes left in this contest, and Salisbury are really going to have to go a goal a minute. Anytime the Demons get it, they want to chip the ball around and save time. Carter in the ruck knocks it down, right down at his feet, and that's going to cause another stoppage. It's not, so they're able to get it out through Putty. Inside forward 50, a dangerous position here and taken down behind play. And the Salisbury Magpies are going to have an opportunity to slot a goal through Josh Mann. So he hustles back quickly. needs to slot it through. Currently down by 17 points.
54 goals this season, Josh Mann.
So Josh Mann struts in on about a 30-degree angle here. Straight at the goals. Goal, umpire doesn't move and he slots it through. A crucial goal here for the Magpies. They now move to 6-5-41, 7-10-52 to the Demons, and all of a sudden we got a game back on.
Smart there as well, didn't waste time with his kick or his running, just went back, slotted the goal, now back to the middle of the ground, no time wasted. 24 and a half minutes played, 2 goals in it, 11 points the margin. Salisbury Magpies, they've gone undefeated all season. Eastern Park, 3 losses all season, all of them going to the Magpies. They know each other well, these two.
There's a Magpie in the forward 50 there, they got 19 on the ground. It's not the time for jokes, Chad.
No, it's way too tense for that. The crowd would be feeling the pressure as well. They're getting involved, they're getting rowdy, trying to push their team along. They do well to find Hull, the captain, and a massive tackle means the umpire will come in and sort it out. Hull again a little bit proppy, a bit of soreness, but who isn't at this point of the game? The ruckmen go at it quickly. Again, a bit of a mismatch in the ruck. Just anyone doing the job for Salisbury, but he does well to compete and gets a smother. And there's a siren! That confirms the victory for Eastern Park. A massive upset here in the Division 6 Grand Final.
Wow. What a win. Look at them all storm onto the ground.
Eastern Park, the scenes here are crazy. All the fans jumping the fence, getting involved. They're all happy. And why wouldn't you be? What a fantastic effort by them. Come here, the underdogs, and to come in to really put the pressure on Salisbury early. They've done well to find a way of getting the win, and what a massive congratulations to the Eastern Park Demons.
Yeah, what a performance by them. That second half was absolutely extraordinary. The fact they were able to stare in the face of the Magpies who really gave everything in that first half. Just a reminder that they were up 27-9 at one stage. They got a free kick at the goal through Gamow, and the Demons just from that point took over. They only allowed Salisbury to score 14 points from that point. That was 5 minutes into the second quarter. Absolutely extraordinary work by the Eastern Park Demons, and wow, it's that forbidden thing you never want to go through. The only game you lose all season is the grand final.
Yeah, commiserations to Salisbury. They've been great all year. They were favourites for a reason, deserved to make the grand final first with that prelim win. But on the day of the game, it goes the way of Eastern Park. Their defence was massive. They held up crucially through that moment.
Just absolutely unbelievable scenes here. You've seen the players storm on. I honestly thought there was probably a minute or two left. It caught me by surprise as well, but just absolutely extraordinary scenes. And it's commiserations. Obviously both teams go up to Div 5, but to take this sort of momentum and also to create a winning culture is so important for the Demons. And all of a sudden, this was a Div 1 team probably about 10 years ago, the Eastern Park Demons. Obviously money plays such a big part, and I think now they're going to get that boost, and winning a premiership is nothing better than that.
Yeah, that's right, and you can probably hear it on our microphones from up here. The fans chanting the Demons, they're loving it, and they've got a good fan base here, massive crowd. We'll go through and show you all these scenes, the presentation, the post-match celebrations. As you can see on your screen, the Demons are definitely going to enjoy this one. Quickly looking at some of their goal kickers. McMullen 2 for Mansell. Clement got 1, the captain with that late stealer.
Sorry, mate.
McGee with 1. McCormack Smith as well. He was very good in that second half. He got a goal as well. As for Salisbury, 2 for Brooks, 1 for Mann, 1 for Putty, 2 for James Gamal. But it is going to be the Demons who are happier here. A few thousand people here today, and it's going to be the Eastern Park fans happier, but good scenes for them. They've got balloons. There's plenty of kids having a bit of a play around, a bit of a celebration with the boys. Lewis has gone down there looking to get a bit of an interview, get a bit of an inside scoop of the team. We'll get to him later with some interviews, but at this stage, looking at the better players, we'll start with Salisbury. I really like the game of he. Obviously, he's the Div 6 medalist. He was very good. Brooks, amazing at Gabe. He kicked some nice goals. Came off sore a few times, so that didn't help him, but when he was out there, played amazing. Shoot was good. Hull, the captain, always worked hard. Luke Putty was probably their best, in my opinion, for the Magpies. He was everywhere early and really crucial for them getting that massive lead early. Odegaard did well in stages. Gamal obviously always scores lots of goals. And for Eastern Park, McCormack in his second half was unreal. McGee played well. Millerer and also Mantle with the goals. Clement, the captain, stood up. We'll go down there to Lewis with a bit of an interview. Lewis.
Awesome, mate. How good was that, eh? Premiers.
Mate, speechless. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
This group's been together for a long time now. We've finally done it.
Yeah. Of course, Scott Williamson here. He was fantastic. You had a really good game yourself, and watching you there from the commentary box, the Demons, you took over there in the second half. I think had the Magpies. They kicked that double goal there from Gamo, 5 minutes into the second quarter, and then all of a sudden you didn't allow them to score a goal about halfway through that fourth quarter. How about that pressure? Yeah,
it was an unreal turnaround, to be honest, after a bit of undiscipline. But we stuck tough, stuck to our structure, and we got it done.
And I want to talk about at the start of the game how much that meant. I've not seen an Eastern Park game this year to see that haka from your coach, and how special is it, something like that?
Well, mate, I was lost for words of that, shaking with nerves. It's got us all so pumped. He's a great coach, got us over the line.
Absolutely extraordinary, mate. I'll let you go celebrate with your team.
Thanks,
congratulations. Thanks, Jad.
Yeah, great interview there from Lewis, getting the players there to feel the excitement and feel the big energy. And like you mentioned, the haka there was amazing. You could tell how pumped it all up. Extraordinary scenes here as we get ready for the presentation. The Demons chant loud and clear for everyone to hear. They're happy with their team. It's going to be a good... It's going to be a massive celebration back at the club rooms, I suspect. Salisbury, they won with the B grades. Unfortunately, couldn't get the double today. But they've done very well to get to this point. They get promoted, of course. They'll build off this. Both teams will be in Division 5 next season, but it's going to have to be as runners-up for Salisbury this time. But good to see a couple of players, of course, shaking hands after congratulating each other. It's a tough for them, but Lewis, welcome back. Good interview there.
Yeah, no, it was really good to get Ian Williamson there and talk to him. I think he was one of the contenders, at least, for the medal, of course, and of course our Archie's player of the game. He was enormous. I thought some of his play inside, really, I'll be deadly honest with you, he was one of the only players I could see in there, to be entirely honest. It was so hard to get to him. I just messaged you then, I said let's try and get the coach, but you see the pack of people down there, not just players, but because it looks like they're about to get in a circle and possibly even sing the song. Wow. Chills. because it's cold as well, but chills because that was awesome. You
Yeah.
see about, 300, 400, 500 people down there singing the song.
Yeah, great scenes here, and well-deserved victory for them. They worked hard all year. They made it. They kept coming back after the defeats to Salisbury. They probably studied them and watched the games over and over, found a way to beat them, and I'm very impressed. Obviously, they have those 200-goal scorers up front, but their defence today was unreal. So many marks in very crucial moments of the game and crucial intercept marks. So, yeah, massive congrats to the Eastern Park Football Club. And I was just saying while you were coming back up here, sure there's going to be good celebrations at the Eastern Park Football Club this tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, Salisbury have their reserves who won and won quite comfortably too, but surely a little bit of that party got spoilt there by the Demons. But just touching on the way they played and their versatility, I was really impressed with the role that Knapp played. Didn't kick a goal. He's 107 goals throughout the season, played 211 games for the Demons as well, but played a bit in the ruck, played a lot through the midfield, went to half-back late in that game as well, and just proved to be a force inside the packs, contested possessions. I was really impressed with his game. McMullen was really good as well, I found, for the Demons. He was a player that just dominated. Mansell was his usual self, a couple goals to his name as well, but it makes sense that I'm calling out so many names here for the Demons because it was a real team performance. There wasn't, those two or three. You're really seeing a key kind of group of players come together and really have a massive game, and that's what got them over the line. But talk about Salisbury on the other end as well. I thought Brooks had a great game. I thought Gamow obviously had kicked a couple crucial goals there that gave them a chance. But wow, it's a shock win for Eastern Park, and something I think they'll be talking about for many years to come.
100%, yeah. It's going to be one of those ones where at the Eastern Park Football Club, you say, where were you when? Because what a beautiful day for them. They'll be happy with that one. We'll get down to the presentation soon. We'll hear who the best player is. They'll get, of course, the Archie thongs. So comfy, you'll never take them off. Thanks again to all our sponsors for getting involved. We'll quickly read them out because we wouldn't be here without them. Filming Footy stats with team and individual statistics. You can watch your highlights, analyse your opponents. All statistics are complemented by a complete playlist package with vision to match. Sports Interactive, Archie's Thongs, Dartfish, video analysis solutions for improved sports performance. Programs to fit, classic clashes, make sure ratify, and at the Adelaide Footy League. Of course, the scoreboard, thanks to Sporto and Han Ultra Zero. Goal of the week, Born to Build, and Mark of the week, Bianco. You can make sure to check all of the winners on the Facebook page.
So it looks like we're about to go down to the presentation.
Congratulations to both teams on a fantastic game. Enjoyed it all here today. We'll begin with the first presentation. The best on ground for the next ranked corner of Salisbury and Eastern Park is number 19 from Eastern Park, Chris Knapp.
Chris Knapp there getting awarded the player of the game. Again, 107 goals, goalless today, but the role he played, he went in the ruck for a while, he helped out in defence when needed, and along the wings he took a few crucial marks, and yeah, well deserved for Chris Knapp. Absolutely, I just mentioned the role that he played. He went in the ruck a bit, he played a bit of half-back, it was crucial. Go down here and listen to the coach of Salisbury, Brett Joseph, just to give a bit of a speech here.
So our Footy club, the team is positioned after 2 years ago where we were probably close to folding, definitely a lot of people, so we need to get into the effort. Unfortunately, don't get the chocolate on the day, but the finish wins by 15 votes, and the kids playing the game out from do the wrong thing, try to play the right way. Well done to our guys. Thanks for the lead, thanks for the umpires, and we'll re-go again for this night, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, some good words there from Brett Joseph, just saying congratulations to the opposition, and they'll go again next year.
Yeah, he seemed very dejected, but I think it's time to hear from Anton Rayleigh, and I spoke before to him, Williamson, about how inspirational this man is. I'm looking forward to hearing what he says.
Yeah, he just mentioned how Salisbury been the best team all year and how they respect them and how their team is special.
We said we'll come in, we said we're going to take it all, we got to do it all. Like I said, from a 3-quarter-time speech, it's more than us, it's community, and community showed up today, and it wasn't just us, they got the win, it was everyone on the sideline. So thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Some nice words there. Mention how they couldn't have done it without the community, and you see that out there with the hundreds of supporters here to come watch them play, and you see all the supporters getting around him as well. So go through and do the medal presentation. We'll try and get another interview, you think?
I think we should try and get another interview for sure. McIver sent off with a yellow card, and he was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, he's
this afternoon.
Been in their best every game versus Salisbury prior to this one, and I think he might be in the top 5 again. It will be close to, if not. So, yeah, one of McIver, and then Payne second.
Yeah, Ian Williamson had an interview with him obviously just a moment ago. I thought he was definitely one of the top 5 players on the ground. He was crucial through the middle.
Yeah, very, very good. Very good game by him.
The Freeman, 225 games for Eastern Park, gets that premiership medal.
Yeah, a good little cherry on top of his career, very well. McCormack Smith, he was very, very good, especially in that second half. And like I mentioned, kicked 5 goals last week in the prelim. This time he's helped out in defence and took some crucial marks.
Another veteran for Eastern Park, 189 games, 190 games including today, and probably one of his favourite yet, I dare say. Missed a lot of the season. Matt Glenn, number 8, here about to get his medal. Missed rounds 5 from 17, so only played a handful of games.
Number 9, Luke Buckby.
Buckby up forward, took a few crucial marks and had a few shots to goal. Had one that missed, but then he followed up nicely. Just another miss there, but he done very well.
McGee with a goal to his name this afternoon was fantastic as well.
He was always running up and down the wing and never gave up, used his pace well to get to the end of a lot of balls and never gave up.
You look at all these players and you kind of, every single player that's come up, solid game, not a single, loose cog, I guess you'd say, in this Eastern Park's outfit. So 97th game for Eastern Park for James O'Loughlin, and going to wind up his 100 pretty early in the season, you would have thought, but a big one for him.
McCullum, another great performance by him. And like you said, everyone's played well. Like he scored 2, and he almost did the Nap roll, where when Nap went back and did other rolls, and because of that got them the victory. And there he is, already has 1 medal. He's going to get a second now. Nap for best on ground. He also gets a March East on, so
absolutely
the best prize in footy.
Famously kicked a big bag at the start of the season against Elizabeth as well.
Yes.
And Brendan Carter, the ruckman there.
Number 21, Sean Maxwell.
127 goals on the season for Sean Mansell. Make it 129 after this afternoon.
Number 22, Aaron King.
King there.
Number 23.
And now Mason Warner. Again, a very solid game for him.
Number 24, Chris Lewis. Number 27, Kim Sumner.
Kim Sumner with a Good defensive performance today. Was very crucial in a lot of moments in 128 games for him. Another 100 gamer. Clifton 181 games. So again, another player that's been around a while and gets that premiership.
Number 26, and the captain, Alex Clements.
And the captain, of course, Alex Clements. Congratulations to him and his team. A very good afternoon for them. A big win here. He's going to be a very happy captain.
Anton Riley.
And the biggest cheer for Anton Riley. As Lewis has again gone down there looking to give the Archies to Chris Knapp. As we wait for a little bit of a speech, of course, from... Oh, we wait for the trophy to be lifted here. Good scenes.
The 2024 Division 6 Premiers, the Eastern Park Football Club.
Of course, the team photo, the one that will be hanged up in the in the club rooms, hanged up in many of these players' houses for many, many years to come. A very special moment for them. And then once again, commiserations to Salisbury. They've been very, very good all season, of course, going undefeated until now. They're going to be upset tonight, and that's fair enough, but they had a very good season regardless. Just couldn't finish on the day, and they'll go up to Div 5. They'll probably be very good up there. I can see them definitely being a strong team in Division 5 and even making the finals. Lewis just looking for Chris Knapp, looking to give him the Archies, but very good scenes down there. No one's left the oval. A big huddle of players still around all the team, and a lot of fans getting involved.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The Archie's on a Chris Knapp. We'll have a quick chat with him as Lewis brings him to the front of the pack.
Rightio, I've got Chris Knapp. Your best on, mate, but more importantly, Premier.
Yeah, unreal feeling. Probably a little bit lucky, to be honest. I thought there was a few better than me out there, but team effort all round. End of the day, you know, the premiership means more than anything.
Absolutely, it was a different role. I think you might have played, was it? I mean, you went back a little bit. You played a bit in the ruck.
Yeah,
was that something that was planned?
No, it wasn't. I was actually supposed to play a bit deeper today, forward, but. With this wind in the bigger ground, it was unfolding a little bit, so I had a little crack in the ruck because the boys needed a break. But in the second half, I felt like I was struggling a bit in the first half, so we tried to let me run a little bit on the wings, try and expose them, and then in the last quarter, when you're only a couple goals up, I was just trying to sweat back and take some marks in a set.
I think you did a fantastic job before the medal was announced. I said I thought you were best on, so give yourself credit for that, mate. It's going to be a fun night, obviously at Dwight Reserve there, but... you are, of course, not only the winner of the medal, but more importantly, the Archie's thongs, mate. So there you go. They're for you, but congratulations on a win and a big night at Eastern Park, I'd imagine.
Big couple of days, I think. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much.
No worries. The Archie's Thongs player of the game, Chris Knapp. Thanks, mate.
I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Lewis. for that interview. Very well done. As Chris Knapp gets the Archies and the best prize in footy, I call him. Congratulations to him, and congratulations again to the Eastern Park Football Club. He's holding the flag with the Archies, and why wouldn't you? Very well done to him. We will wait for Lewis to get up here, and then we'll wrap up. But a very good day here at the Elizabeth Oval. Looks like he might be trying to get another interview. Looks like he might be trying to get another interview, so we'll go see what he wants to do. But great scenes here. I've mentioned it a few times, but the crowd is still out there. As we look to try and get, if we can, a quick interview with the coach, Lewis down there, and he's in definitely the most popular man out there, the coach Anton Riley, so we'll look to try and see if we can have a quick chat with him. He's got a lot of people going around him celebrating, give him a hug, and we'll see if he's up for it. But yeah, we got the coach, so Anton Riley now coming up to have a quick chat with Lewis.
All right, we got coach of the premiership side right up here, camera right up the top there, Anton Riley. How are you feeling, mate?
On top of the world, brother, on top of the world. We earned this. This was ours.
Yeah.
This was ours since September last year, man. We earned this. I'm glad we've done it.
Absolutely. I want to talk a little bit about pre-game. I was really impressed by the performance that you and your friends put on for the team. Talk us a little bit about that as the players come out of the race, that haka.
It's my job to lead these boys to war, and there's no better way to lead than the way I know, and that's with the haka.
It was absolutely beautiful, mate. I wanted to rip the gear off and get the shorts and boots on myself and get out of here, but it was fantastic to watch. And I listened to an interview throughout the week. You played players in different roles. I just spoke to Nappy, who, you know, played a bit in the ruck. Was that something that you intended at the start?
Brother, we put all our chips in this last game. You know, we coasted our way to get here, and we knew when we come to the grand final we had things up our sleeves that they probably weren't expecting.
Big night at Dwight Reserve, I reckon.
Give us 4 days. Come see me on Wednesday.
No worries. Congratulations, Anton. You're the premiership coach.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis, for getting that one. A very good interview there with Anton Riley. He's happy, and he talked about the haka and how important it was for him. We'll get his thoughts in a second, and then we'll wrap up. But congratulations to him and his coaching staff, all his players, the leaders out here, Alex Clements and the whole leadership group for a fantastic performance. And like he said, they came into the game wanting to own the contest, wanting to fight and wanting to win every contest, and they did that. Some great skillful marks, some great goals as well. As Lewis comes back up quickly, we'll get Lewis's thoughts and then wrap up.
Yeah, wow, what a performance. They're absolutely delighted down there. I'm sure you would pick it up in my mic, but such an interesting contest. You've seen how delighted Anton Riley was there, and really loved hearing about. He said, "I want to go into war with the guys," and that was so cool. And to hear about a coach motivate his team like that, it's really awesome to hear about a motivating type of guy. So to watch this team succeed and to get over the line is really awesome to watch, Jad.
Yes, well said. Thanks again to all our sponsors: Filming Footy, Sport Interactive, Archie, Dartfish, Pregame to Fit, Classic Clashes, Make Sure Ratify, Adelaide Footy League, Sportal, Han Superdry, Ultra Zero, Born to Build, Bianco. Thanks for everyone for watching at home. We'll wrap it up for Division 6 for 2024. Congratulations Eastern Park, commiserations to Salisbury, both teams in Division 5 next year. Make sure you check out the socials, check out the Filming Footy page, and watch all of their games going forward. It's been a fantastic afternoon here. Thank you, Lewis, for commentating with me.
Cheers, Jad.
For our cameraman, Thamer, we've been loving your support and loving all the viewers at home watching it. If there's any other games on, check them out. A lot of live games today. Probably the biggest day of footy for local footy. And also next week, the Division 1 Grand Final. Have a good evening, have a good night, and see you soon.
Awesome, mate. Well done. Great call.